stated that it's Big League Chew, so you should know. Like, if you know what Big League Chew is, you know how he's eating it. It's like little strings of gum. So you can take it's because it's supposed to like be a substitute for like chewing tobacco, right? That's originally what it was made for. The levels of like detachment that I can have from the actual stream. That's what it's all about. Distraction. That's what I keep, and I have like 300 IQ degeneracy. It's impossible for it to get leaked. Remember, you guys are fucking awesome. Thanks for hanging out. Have a great night. And remember, if you can't say fuck you to your friends, who can you say fuck you to? Fuck you. Or you're just like fucking around. You're allowed to just randomly fuck. Just don't do it all the time. Don't fuck around all the time or in the same place. But you know, randomly fucking around with your friends and shit like that. You know, they say like when you're younger, right? You know, there's a tree on someone's yard. You go hide behind it, right? And your friends wonder where the hell you went. Some shit like that, right? It's like, yeah, kids will be kids. Imagining looking down from like a helicopter or a plane or something over open ocean where you can see like the shadow of like a blue whale under the water or something like that. It's just the entire sight of it, the sun sparkling over the waves of the water, like the whole thing, just it's just fucking majestic. Watching videos like this and not understanding a single word of it makes me realize why they tried to put me in special ed when I was younger. Jesus, welcome. No, I know these words exist, but I just, like, they're words that I don't have full understanding of, right? And again, that's what I want. I want this type of vocabulary. See, I think every reaction that he takes has to make it so there's not a reaction from his mother. Because his mom's a fucking bitch. She's a Karen bitch. And you do not want to aggro that. So we can choose between either one of these. The AC blew a steady stream of cold air into the room. Like a stripper whispering sweet nothings into your ear, trying to earn another dollar. I love it, Beezus. She asked the usual questions. How often do I brush my teeth, floss, and so on? I lied. She stood up and presented the bite wings. I flinched. Regular checkup my ass. And the implication is that this is happening, and he's thinking about this while this is taking place, and she's replacing the cover. And then it kind of just skips over it. Oh, I found out my B-Day is the same as Queen Victoria's. Nice! That's epic. As always, remember, if you can't say fuck you to your friends, who can you say fuck you to? Fuck you. And we're basically establishing the idea that I think in my book that I am like proposing is in a post-scarcity society where you don't need anything. It's an extreme acts spilling over into the main society. No, they don't spill over into the main society. They're literally separated. If you want to do those things, you go there. They're like literally like a private server for you to go on. To address your questions, apply the concept from your book inside with basic needs. Step 1, understanding crime and socioeconomic status in reality. Drug is 20 to 25%. Violence is 10 to 15%. So we're up to like 40%. If you can clarify what you mean by bottom 15% or provide more details about your book's societal structures. I guess this is kind of a bust. But I mean, 30 to 40% is pretty decent, right? See, I love it when they bring all this stuff together and I'm like, yeah, I do that. Yeah, I do that. Yeah, I do that. Okay, good. Which is a complete contrast to the entire chapter because what he's discovering and finding during the chapter changes his entire outlook basically on life. So it's like, the best is yet to come. It's like, hell yeah. And then it goes, oh, fuck, dude. Uh-oh. So I think that line just goes so hard because it's such a contrast to what happens and how the character reacts to the events of the first chapter. They're like using the suction thing, you know? Unclear what drive through my guard means. It's like it's like getting through his guard. Like he started, like her attitude and her like approach towards him is like getting through his guard. Like he's starting to let down his guard.
Somebody just activated the trap card. Uh-oh.
See? See?
And so it begins.
And so it begins. That's what I was waiting for. Even to this day, Yu-Gi-Oh! Activating your trap card is still used to that point. That's how influential Yu-Gi-Oh! Was as an anime. But anyways, remember, if you can't say fuck you to your friends, who can you say fuck you to? Fuck you! Final rating. Average these out, 6.2. The story lands around a 6. Showing skill with description, mood, and cohesive thread, but it's not professional grade either, due to pacing issues, clarity lapses, and underdeveloped elements. The story sits comfortably above average, with potential that isn't fully realized. Atmosphere. Story excels at creating a tense, competitive atmosphere. Descriptions like lights flashing, sending black circles spiraling across her vision, and the unkept, unwashed masses of the men pressing against each other evoke a chaotic, almost oppressive setting. The stage itself, with its dazzling lights and motion, feels alive and intimidating, amplifying Kelsey's struggle. The shift from the frenzied crowd to the cold, unreadable faces in the balcony builds a sense of hierarchy and judgment. While effective, the atmosphere doesn't escalate to the haunting or gripping intensity King often achieves. Engaging and shows storytelling promise, yet it doesn't linger or provoke the deep reflection of King's work, needing refinement to maximize its resonance. 5 out of 10.
Link, again, because we went for the charge opening here as hero, is not on the table for maybe another 30 or 40 seconds.
Like,
so
look, it's a bird, it's a plane, it's another plane.
And Hero would love to keep these Banshees alive,
That's
especially
fucking
if he wants
great.
to go for a
That's
sneak
fucking
push
great,
later on in the
front
game.
burner.
Now, he did already lose one siege tank.
This is the world we live in, guys. It's the fucking world we live in.
I don't...
Feel the burn. Okay. Okay.
Shit, too early. That's the jump attack. I need an attack that prevents the enemy from healing. But that's okay. Once in a while is all good, right? Gotta recharge those batteries. Hey, remember, if you can't say fuck you to your friends, who can you say fuck you to? Fuck you. Yo, boys, we back. How's it going, everyone? Should have labeled the fuck
Intoxication
out of everything.
5077. What is your cup size?
It is a double C. My cup size is a double C. Have a second VOD now? It's twice as long? Hell yeah, book! That technically doesn't exist in the Brawl world. Oh, I don't know. I thought that's what I ordered was like a double C. I have no idea what the actual sizes are. But I guess it's just a C then?
Ice rice dice rain brain train.
Are you a double D? God, no, I'm not a double D. It was A, B, C, D, double D, triple D, F, G, I think. Okay. So it would just be a C cup. Makes sense. Alright, this is the last of this weed, guys. And then we're moving on to the Strawberry Amnesia. So we're hoping that we're not even going to remember that we smoked this. And we're going to be like, what the hell happened? And we'll be like, oh yeah, that's right. Sometimes there's an E in there, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. It gets up there though, I'm sure, that's for sure. There are some that are on the larger
Ice
size,
rice
right?
dice rain brain train.
Okay, Zoink. That's if that's what you say, bro. If that's what you say, man. here. There, ready for us, and there, and today, reversals! Keep tension high. I think an archetype exists in the West. Not sure.
Ice, rice, dice, rain, brain, train. It have the words in it.
I mean, it is what it is, Zoink. I don't know what you want from me, bro.
This basic bitch stupid streamer can't even get his camera right. Fuck freeze frames. Oh, there it goes. That's the face only a mother can love.
Well, we know the answer to that. The answer is Zoink. It's a gnat problem.
I have 100.
True. I don't know, I wasn't paying attention. I'm trying to toke. The idea book is it supposed to look like it's supposed to look like that, but it isn't actually that. I know that's the whole point. People keep thinking, but here's a little trick. Once the lava lamp gets going, always pay attention to the lava lamp, because that's going to be your dead giveaway that it's not a freeze frame. And it was kind of hard to tell, but when it is moving, bubbling like that, it's like that's your dead giveaway that it's actually not a freeze frame. Well, you can wheel whatever you need, Zoink. That is fine by me. You do you, bro. I'm not holding you back. I need a third person to talk to. Yeah, where is Sean? What is this? He's slacking. You have 308 followers now. Yeah, I lost 2 followers, guys. Yay! Where's Sean, Beezus, and Callie? They're Sean, I'm here, just silent. Well, there you go. Sean's here. I don't know. Beezus is probably not here yet, because he's usually a little bit late, and Callie's probably, I'm guessing, he's probably in Tanif's stream, or he's in someone else's stream. You know, he's a stream hopper. He jumps around. He could be in Nerd's stream, actually, because Nerd's live right now. Nerdarine. So, could be there, not quite sure. But yeah. Let me pull this up, because I can never remember what file I'm supposed to be in for this. So I should move it over, but I don't want to. I just, like, fucking refuse to move it to the right file folder. It is where it is. It will forever be its home. I'm using Time Station channel. Nice! There you go. That's what it's talking about. Okay, we don't want that. And we don't need that. Not yet. And we're down to the final scene. Or figuring out if we want the final scene, if we want this one. Yeah, I think we're doing 7, so we're at Duart's house. Yeah, so this would be 7 starting off here. We're also missing Raymond Dow because we need to read a couple of his essays that he has there. And we also need Callie, because I think Callie has something in there that we need to read as well, right? Public stories? Yeah, Callie posted something new. But I don't know if we read it or not. Oh wait, yeah, no. We read it, that's right. I remember, we read it. So we're just working with Raymond Dow now. I still have like 100 docs tabs to sort in my writing. Maybe 1,000. You're supposed to hear that. Remember? How much will you make Extreme Dare Wheel? Heart. True. I have absolutely no idea. I have no... You can put suggestions in the thing, but I'm just gonna randomize it, basically. Under the writing in the Discord, a heart. Yeah, no, I remember. I have them hearted. Yeah. So we have 2 more. This one, and this one. And if anyone else has anything else they want to dump in there, feel free to do so. We need to pull some of these over and grab this, very much so. Well, let's see, move this like this. I think we'll do something like this. There we go. Notes on reversals. I don't think anything new right now. I've been writing much, doing more admin streaming stuff. Make it 5,000 points. 500 points to spin the Extreme Dare Wheel. The Extreme Dare Wheel will be 15,000 points, guys. And that will be like Kiss Myself, Deep Throat something, 15,000 is perfect for the Extreme Dare Wheel. It's something yeah, suck your toe. There you go, perfect. Things that will never happen because no one will ever reach that limit. It's just supposed to be ridiculously stupid things. And of course one of them's blank, because there has to be a dud. So one's a dud, where I do nothing. It's just a wash. So you could roll the 15,000 and wind up on the dud, and we can all just fucking laugh at you for wasting your fucking points. No, I haven't. So every other, yes! There you go, book. Every other is a dud, so you have a 50% chance of failing. Can you win the 50-50? Oh my god, I love it. Yes, book. That's exactly what we're doing. That's exactly what we're doing. The one that's worth 500 Zoinko will be like, hold up a lighter in celebration. Shake some nail polish. Fake spray perfume. That kind of shit. You wear a maid outfit for 10 minutes. And it wouldn't even be that book. It would be I'd play a video of me doing the dance, like a GIF, and it would be exclusive for that, and it would exist nowhere else but on the stream. So either you'd have to clip it on the stream to get the clip, or you just have to pay the 15,000. It'll be like lost media on the internet. Can we find intoxication in a maid outfit doing... Because I have to have the makeup and everything too, right? You can't just put on the fucking maid dress. Like, that's... Nah, that's not how it works. You gotta be prepped, clean, no hair from the eyebrows down, fucking spotless with makeup, fucking ready to go. Exactly. Exactly. That's like 40 minutes of getting ready. So it's like, that'll happen for one stream. We'll get a bunch of clips of it for one stream. I'll make a big video, like a 10-minute long compilation, and we can play different parts of it doing different dances at different times for the 15,000. Doesn't take me 2 minutes, book. But I'm not like drag with like glitter and like all of that. I try to keep it very, very tame and just basic. We a basic ass bitch. That's why. But anyways, we should probably... Maid is tame. Oh, maid is definitely tame. So, without further ado, shall we get into it? Again, this is Right with Claire Phrase. So let's do it.
When you're writing a story...
Oh, this one just released too. This was 10 days ago. We don't see the boobies or the booty. Tame. Exactly, book. We got subscription tier 1 for Hexiart. Ice coin, congrats, bro. That's what it's all about.
Your goal is to keep your readers engaged. It's important to have a lot of reversals, which is essentially just a fancy word for having a lot of twists. How many reversals a story has and how a narrative balances reversals can often be the difference between having a story that falls kind of flat and is pretty boring to readers, or is gripping and engaging and something that readers cannot put down and cannot stop thinking about. So today I'm going to explain to you what reversals are.
I lost the word in my head, guys. Flat versus... I'm just going back, 'cause fuck it.
Why cannot put down pretty boring to readers, or is gripping and engaging
Gripping.
something that
Gripping. I never would have got that. Gripping. Flat versus gripping. Alright. I didn't hear a thing. I was blowing my computer keyboard. Nice book. Hell yeah.
readers cannot put down and cannot stop thinking about. So today I'm
Can't stop thinking about.
going to explain to you what reversals are, why reversals matter, give you some examples, and give you some tips for how to incorporate them into your own writing. I'm still battling a head cold. I just feel all sorts of kind of congested and gross. So if I sound like that, that is why. I have a much stronger cup of coffee than I usually have while filming these videos. My brain is just not working. A reversal is an abrupt change in your story that reveals something.
Abrupt change. So what is the first reversal in our book? Well, I guess from Husai's perspective, it would be the riot in chapter 2. Because he's like, wait, what the fuck is going on? Is everything starting to fall apart? Like, first the comm sphere, now this riot? Is this like predictions of the end? And that's literally what causes him to go to the roots and seek help from his ancestors, which is actually Gaia, for answers. And that's where it's like he literally gains the prophecy of his quest. But it's all because he's like, hey, something has started. An event has been set in motion. Plans have been set in motion that are going to completely change the entire world. So how we say that? So like Husai feels the wheels of change grinding his modest life into a cacophony of unexpected outcomes. Temporal riots, Gaia's warning, warriors of light. That's basically like the setup. I am a cat gender. Yes, we know that, Zoink.
Something new and changes the stakes. They're essentially
Changes the stakes of the story. Because it's like throughout the first like 4 chapters, it goes from like do it's a good life to what the fuck is going on, guys? I don't know anymore. In like 5 chapters, everything just gets completely swapped upside down, and you can see that because it's all inside of Husai's head. So Husai's like struggling to connect all the dots and everything and figure out how everything has been set in motion so fast, and then realizing how old the comm sphere is and saying that like this isn't something that was just set in motion. This wheel has been rolling for 50 years and it is just now being observed. It's like you are so far behind, it's actually fucking scary. And that's why he's like, oh shit, we gotta get out there and figure shit out before the fucking world blows up. Basically. Not figuratively, actually literally.
essentially just oh shit moments where you're reading and you're like, oh shit, that just happened, and that changed something fundamentally about.
Order 66 moments, like the exile of the adventurers. You're like, wait, what? They got exiled? Wait, this isn't supposed to happen. What the fuck? What? If I give you 10 garbage, what will you do? Nothing, Zoink. That will cause me to do nothing.
The story, or what I believe the story to be. There should be a lot of these sprinkled into your story. If you were to plot out your story in a good fortune versus bad fortune graph, your story should look kind of like this throughout the whole book. You should have big peaks, big valleys, big peaks, big valleys of like good fortune versus bad fortune, and lots of different twists that happen throughout. If everything your characters do works out exactly as they planned, and eventually they're going to defeat the bad guy and come out victorious, then nothing really happens in that story and it's pretty boring to read. If
Thank you for redeeming chair dance. Hitox will now dance for you. Please fully enjoy this immersive experience.
True.
Keep dancing, bitch, it ain't over yet.
Those might be a B cup, Hitox. Look a little small for a C cup. I don't know. I'm just pretty sure on Amazon it said double C. That was the size of strap-on boobs that I bought. And it wasn't even me. Someone suggested that I buy them. And I was like, dude, that's a good idea.
This basic bitch stupid streamer can't even get his camera right. Fuck freeze frames. Oh, there it goes. That's the face only a mother can.
I was gonna make a funny joke and say it's China, or it's like in some sort of Asian country where C is bigger.
Oh, there it goes. That's the face only a mother
True.
can love. This basic bitch, stupid.
Zoink, you're gonna make me have to up the price on.
Freeze frames. Oh, there it goes. That's the face only a mother can love. This basic bitch, stupid streamer can't even get his camera right. Fuck freeze frames. Oh, there it goes. That's the face only a mother can love. This basic bitch, stupid streamer can't even get his camera right. Fuck freeze frames. Oh, there it goes. That's the face only a mother.
Okay, I definitely increased the price because you're really, this is a statue game. Yeah. So I significantly increased the price because that's kind of annoying and that completely stalls the stream. So yeah. The other ones don't, because I can continue to go other than glasses sometimes fucks me up, but that one's kind of funny because then I'm just like leaning in and shit. Yes, Zoink, that was your own fault. I told you, stop spamming it. I'm gonna increase the price, and what'd you do? You spammed it 4 fucking times. So, inflation hits. That's what's gonna happen.
Now, sweetheart, take those sexy glasses off like a good girl. You don't need to see what happens next.
True. Also, ads. Ads! Fuck ads! Beezus must have joined, because ads are playing. He's been here before I was? Beezus? Are you sure? I mean, he could just be, just lurking, bros. Okay, well, there you go. He's probably just lurking.
I miss my sexy librarian. You can put those sweet sight setters back in place, slut.
Somebody gonna get hurt real bad.
Can you try GeoGuessr?
Not a Zoink, I have no idea. I would not tell you. I could do the GeoGuessr. If there was a GeoGuessr for Final Fantasy XI, I would do it. But there isn't one, I don't know. Speaking of ads, another streamer noted that when they have sexual content on the stream, content warning, ads don't play as often. I don't know if that's true, but it makes sense. Yes, Sean, that is working as intended, because only certain advertisers want their stuff to be behind the sexual warnings. So if you put a sexual content on the stream, it will in fact reduce the amount of ads that you have. Which is very, very true. It makes sense. But hey, did you guys hear this? This was pretty funny. I thought this was the good thing. So, we got here. Actually, maybe we can go here. and look at it here because I think it
Go
was
back to
already.
normal, bitch.
I
This
think it was.
shit-ass
I think it was already
accent is killing me.
posted
Can you
on.
make garbage 99?
Or somebody gonna get hurt real bad. Oh yes. Okay, here we go. I was right. I was right. As always, he was right.
Now, I thought this was funny. May 19th, 2025. If esports and pro gaming wants to rely on outside money, they should embrace porn, gambling, and alcohol sponsors.
True!
June 26, 2025. 1 month later. Why we are opening betting sponsorships in esports and how we're doing it responsibly.
No!
That's crazy.
It's
What are
true.
the odds? Wow. So, yeah, there we go. And I would do this. Yeah, I told y'all this shit was going to happen. I said this shit was going to happen. Everybody wanted to act like it wasn't, but now it is. And so that's what
I know it.
everybody-
You know it. Everybody knows it. The only
Go
way
back
to
normal,
get
bitch.
real
This
money.
shit-ass accent
Wait,
is
what the
killing
fuck?
me.
Why did
This
Twitch
streamer is garbage.
crash?
I don't want these L channel points.
Is the stream good, guys? My Twitch just crashed. I don't know. Okay. Alright. But yeah, I thought that was funny, so
Can
like...
you make garbage 99?
No, Zoink!
Plan goes wrong and they are just pummeled like some sort of fictional punching bag for the entire book and nothing ever goes their way, then that can also be exhausting to read.
We're trying to watch the video. Indeed. So, let's see if we can get 3 examples of... Okay, so we start on up. Husai's mood before seeing the calm pearl. Then we have down, calm pearl reveal. Then we have up, which is inauguration and the speeches up until the new viceroy. Then down, new viceroy talks, or I guess declares beastmen equal. And this leads to even worse down, which is the riots. So we go from like here to like here, then here, then here, then here, and then we bring it up again with Husai going and seeing like the prophecy and the Wars of Light, saying that like, you know, something has begun and stuff like that. So even like the very beginning of the book is a very back and forth with what the fuck is going on and who's doing what. Fun fact, the term bi-weekly means both once every 2 weeks and twice a week. Hi, Hulthrin. That is interesting. Also, inflammable means flammable. I don't get that one, Hulthrin. The welcome, how's it going? Sorry, I'm distracted with trying to evaluate my lore and see where everything is going. I will start with this. Oh man, that was a good roll. Okay, let's try this then. 13. Really? I never get small anymore. Well, you got you got something going on there. That's all that matters. Slightly more up would be advice and prophecy to Husai. So yeah, we got like all over the place. But yeah. Ah shit, let's try it, guys. Let's see. Gamble alt. Fuck! It's 24,000 gone, guys. When in is added to the start of a word, it means the opposite of it. Like invincible means that they are not vincible. But in is added to flammable for no reason. The English language is fucking retarded, Hildren. Better than the dreams where I just hover like 3 to 6 feet off the ground. I wish I could fly in my dreams. I'm a goblin! Fuck yeah! That's exactly what I am! I'm a goddamn goblin! Let's fucking go, guys! Fuck yeah! Now I'm wondering, did I ever take that toad? Yeah, I did. So I gotta start smoking the amnesia now. I've flown before in my dreams. I've tried. Failed. Failed miserably.
Two main types of reversals. The first one is the reversal of fortune, which
Reversal of fortune. I need to take my pills. I need to remember that the next time I'm in the kitchen. True, Book. So when you try to go AFK, everyone scream pills at Book.
which is essentially what I just talked about, this good versus bad fortune, and how good things should happen to your characters and bad things should happen, and you should balance those over the course of the book. And the other is the reversal of reader understanding. So if readers think something is a particular way, then you can have a reversal that
And, like, the reversal in this case, like that, she looks really run down. I feel bad for her. Feels bad, man. Yeah, she said at the beginning of the video she's fucking sick. It sucks making videos and, like, streaming and shit when you're sick. It's just really rough. So, it's understandable. But, you know, when the inspiration comes to you and you've got a plan to do shit, you just fucking do it. It is what it is. And I say, wait till you get better, because she's probably on a schedule. Probably the only time she had to do it between everything else. So she's like, fuck it, we're doing it. That's good.
changes the way that they think about things because they learn a critical new piece of information that casts everything in a different light. You can use a balance of these two different types of reversals to create this wiggly graph over the course of...
That is actually probably the best freeze frame you've ever managed. She just looked angry. Not doopy, not like... Now I want freeze to be cheap again so I can do dumb faces in the freeze frame. Be like... The one who isn't bad, kinda angry bedroom.
This basic bitch stupid streamer can't even get his camera right. Fuck freeze frames. Oh, there it goes. That's the face only a mother can love.
Ask and you shall receive. I have 1.2k so I can do freeze a few times. Nice. Thanks, book. That changes it a little bit, you know. It goes from like being intrusive to actually being funny content. So maybe we'll lower it back down, but who knows? We'll see.
Of your story.
You also want it to be few and far between if it's going to be funny like that, right? Because then people want to build up to use it because they're not sure what's going to come next. If it's going to be a... Not Will Zoink is here? Yeah. Yeah. Is it going to be a... Or a... Or a...
This streamer is garbage. I don't want these L channel points.
You never know. Could be really serious. I got 90k of these shits. Shit, Levi's gonna be able to hit that 15,000 for a fucking while. Well, he's been around forever, and I've never really had use of the points, so you could never use them. So they've just been building up in the background. It makes total sense.
Usually think of these slightly separate. Like I'll have a fortune reversal. I'll think about that on the graph of like, you know, you having a wiggly graph between good fortune and bad fortune.
And then you have points in time where you have constructive waves, and there are points in time when you have destructive waves. I use them even if there is nothing to use them on. I mean, that's what Sean was doing back in the day when I had just wellness check cost 1,000, but I didn't have the alert set up for it, so I didn't do anything.
Fortune. And then I like to sprinkle in reader understanding reversals.
Maybe being sick makes her less doopy. Again, a nice frame. Either she is doing better or you are. I'm literally only looking at the subtitles, so I'm not even really looking at her face. So I look at the... Oh god, I did it again.
Throughout the story and kind of give myself a bit of a benchmark where I like to have a certain set number of them over the course of the book. Set number changes depending on what book I'm writing, but I like to have one big one in Act 1, obviously the midpoint, one big one kind of leading up to the climax. The climax, something happens, and then nothing happens after that. So like rough.
Okay, so let's see. We've got Act 1, big understanding. 2, fortune. Act 2, midpoint. 1, understanding. 2, fortune. And Act 3, same shit. Climax. 1, big understanding. 2, fortune.
Roughly like 4 to 5 big reader understanding reversals. It's not a hard and fast rule.
If it can be incorporated well, the more the merrier. Bye, I go someone else to play GeoGuessr. Alright, sounds good, Zoink. Have a good one, good sir. Thanks for hanging out. Oh, it talks. We should collab one day and do a writing stream where we plan and write a story together. I am so down for that book. That would be fucking awesome. Hell yeah. We definitely have to do that.
Rule. It's just a rule of thumb that I try to keep into the back of my mind, because then usually I'll sprinkle in a couple and at least be aware that that's something I should do. So why are reversals important? Reversals matter because they keep stories fresh, they keep them engaging, they keep the pace moving, they keep the stakes high, they make the stories more unpredictable. You'll be
Fresh, engaging, stakes high. Stakes high. Make Whoops. Make story
We love a fresh steak.
unpredictable. Oh, hell yeah. We love steak, Levi. I think we should plan it for one of your days off so it's a longer stream. That would be good, Book. I can look right now and see what my days off are. I don't remember. It might be Wednesday, Thursday? Yeah, I have Wednesday, Thursday, Friday off because I'm getting my 3 days a week now because I bitched. And I said, yeah, I need 3 days, guys. Cause like back in December, I said for the holidays, don't worry about it. And then like 2 months ago, I was like, yo, dude, I need my 3 days back. And they're like, oh yeah. And I'm like, oh yeah, I need my 3 days back, bitch. No, I'm just kidding. It wasn't like that. But I do need my 3 days back. Because it is getting rough out here, guys. Especially if I'm like working 7-2. It's like, that's a long fucking run of 19-hour, 18-hour, 20-hour days, depending on how long I stream. It's like, fuck, that wears you down over time. And we're trying to purposefully save as much battery charge as possible for the 24-hour stream. So in general, for the next 2 weeks, the streams will probably be like a little bit shorter. Just so I can get that extra little bit. Because the 24-hour stream is going to be fucking insane.
Be able to have readers who didn't see certain things coming. That will be a very good feeling for the reader because they're going to be reinvested in your story. What are some examples? Of these different types of reversals. An example of a reversal of fortune would be if you're writing a serial killer thriller and your main character is trying to catch this serial killer, and they catch the serial killer, like they make a plan, they catch the serial killer, they think that they have got the serial killer locked down, they are relieved and happy, and then the serial killer starts to laugh at them, like the serial killer knows something that they don't. Now your characters don't feel like
Oh yeah, that's right. Thanks, Book. I'm dumb. I'll figure it out one day. There we go.
celebrating anymore because it seems like the serial killer knows something that they don't, and maybe shortly after the serial killer escapes or something happens that the serial killer had planned, and then the serial killer is no longer caught and your heroes are not in a position worth celebrating anymore. Their fortune reversed because their good fortune went up when they caught the serial killer, and then when the serial killer escaped, their fortune went way down because maybe now the serial killer is hunting them again. An example.
Okay, so let's see here. Let's see how we can say this. Oh, unless you have all 24 hours planned out, what if you have some of us pop in for the stream to help you stay awake? Well, actually, the idea, Book, is to have the pool on the other side of the room so that I can basically, like, just go to sleep in the pool. And then just have, like, the camera of me sleeping in the pool. I mean, I'm gonna try and stay up, but that's like, if I'm going to sleep, that's how I'm gonna sleep. Sleeping stream, I love it. Yeah, so it'll probably be like 3 to 4 hours of sleeping. That would be my guess. So probably at like the 15-hour mark, I'd probably take like a 3-hour nap and then finish the last 6. That's probably what's going to happen. But we'll see. I do want to stay up the entire time. And then because I want like the 10th to lead into the 11th, to lead into the next stream to stream for like 4 hours, so it'll more be like a 28 to 30 hour stream, because it'll be the first stream, which is like starting, and then we do the 24 hours, and it's like, well, I can't stop because I'm supposed to start streaming as soon as the 24-hour stream ends. So it's got to be longer than 24 hours, or I'd just miss a day, right? But we'll see. So examples of this in the book would be so it starts off at bad fortune. Well, actually, no. Okay, so yeah, it starts off at bad fortune with Husai and the ex-viceroy leaving the tree. Good meet up with Gluttony and Walker's party. Learned that the possibility of a dragon is likely. Is bad. And then find Beastman Elder Village Leader of Sahagin. Is good fortune. Tells of the war plans. So they're in good fortune. And then it's like, it goes into bad again when the discovery of the tunnels leading to Garuda and the march has already begun. And then it's technically good again. So yeah, I mean there's some good back and forth definitely going on there.
Of a reversal of reader understanding would be if your character had a mentor and this mentor had been very nurturing to them and had been helping guide them through the story, and then all of a sudden you have a scene where either the hero walks in on the mentor talking to someone else and talking about how they're going to betray the hero. I mean, this is kind of a corny example, but that would be a change in reader understanding, because now the reader knows that the mentor is actually...
The changing in understanding with the Viceroy in this case is just he goes from like his exuberant self to his maniacal self. And like to the reader, it's supposed to seem that it's like his like happy-go-lucky self is just him normally, and his maniacal self is just his political side. And it's like the ruthlessness that it takes in order to rule. And it's like he's just like suppressing that to have like a good time, basically. But it is still hinted at with like he can never remember his own plans kind of idea, that he has no idea what's going on. And he just always tries to ignore it because he's like, man, don't drag me back into this. I gave you my thoughts. Leave me alone. That's how most people view it. They're like, all right, man, whatever, fuck it. I mean, you gave it... We can't argue. You gave us a fucking plan that's gonna work, man. That's all that matters. So, everything else is cherry on top.
Not looking out for the best interests of the hero, and that casts the story in a whole new light, because up until this point the hero thought that they could trust the mentor, and so did the reader. But then now when the reader thinks that they can't trust the mentor, that casts the events of the story in a different light, especially if you're not writing in the first person, and maybe you can
Get up,
show
you fat
that
fuck,
without
and touch
your
your
main
toes.
characters.
Oh.
I know you can't, but try anyways. Don't fall over though.
True. Alright. Alright. Oof. Oof. It's bad, guys. Just the weight of my arms pulling my body down is breaking my kneecaps. Oh, God. One day we'll get there. One day we'll get there. One day we'll get there. I swear. I swear, guys. We'll be able to do it one day.
Nice try, better luck next time, fat ass.
Oh.
Get back in that chair, you lazy ass shit streamer.
Fuck. It's 30. That is that 34 bod. Each year after 30 is a slow descent into brokenness and death. Absolutely true, book. And we're going for an ad break, so I'm gonna do some grinaging here while we're in the ad and take a toke. Oh. Fresh new whitening. It is the whitening. Here we go. Motherfucking bags are sealed so well. That's some good shit. It looks some. Do you think in that birthday chocolate today? I don't know, maybe we could do something like that if you want to. Look at that. Fucking look. As a fat bud, boys. That's not even. I don't think that's the biggest. Like fucking. That's a fucking bud, boys. Holy shit! Oh. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. Holy shit. I don't have big buds like that in like forever. Okay, here's a smaller bud. Now let's see if I can remember anything after I smoke this, or it's not living up to its name, strawberry amnesia. So I should also be allergic to it because I'm allergic to strawberries, but I don't think that's how it works. I don't think calling something strawberry is going to get me to be allergic to it. And I don't think there's anything really strawberry about this. I don't think they injected it with strawberry genes. But I'm just guessing. I mean, I could be wrong. We could be at that level, guys, where we just take the genes of different plants and put them into weed to make them like, you know, pineapple weed, blueberry weed, strawberry weed. Yeah, well, at least we'll be present. Yeah, I know. The most amount of views I get is on my, is while I'm dying on stream. It's perfect. What a legacy to leave. That is some smooth ass bud. Damn, bro. That is smooth. Okay. Let's do it.
Seeing it, then
Should
the
we be back
reader
from
sees
ads now?
something that
Yeah.
the character doesn't. So all of this sounds really good in theory, and I know
Wait, what was that?
character seeing it, then the readers know something that the character doesn't. So all of
Oh,
this
there you go. Yeah. You can't have shut stuff like that. Though I'm literally the only active viewer. Yeah, doesn't matter. Lurkers are allowed. Go, lurkers, go. Let's get lurkers up in here. It's all good, boys. Do what you gotta do. Yeah, Smokey's probably doing his own thing, right? You know.
sounds really good in theory.
I just don't have anything to say. Or Sean. Do you have turbo truffles or rocket chocolates up there? It's a small chocolate bite with between 125 and 200 megagrams of caffeine. No, Sean, never heard of that. Dreamy Bloody. Ooh, who is this girl? Fake ad? This is Right with Claire Fraze. I will link the video so you can go check them out. She is a writer. She wrote a book series. And, yeah. They're usually at gas stations, if anywhere. Damn. I don't think you want that, Dreamy Bloody. But then again, you got blood in your name, so...
And I know when I was learning about this, I understood this on a very theoretical level. Like, I get how reversals of fortune are good. I understand how casting different events in different lights is good.
I'm kidding, bro. I love everybody here.
But I don't know how
I mean, I am a purveyor of biting. Both receiving and giving. It's a primal instinct.
that when I'm writing a book. It's hard to have that bird's eye view of your entire novel while you're in the details of like
Bombastic
the scene
side
events. So here is kind of how I approach trying to work in
Well,
reversals.
then paint
And
me.
this might not
I'll paint you red, Dreamy.
be the best method to do it, but this is just how I do it now.
In wine.
But I try to plan reversals during the outlining stage. And when I'm plotting out a book, if you've watched any of my other plotting videos, you'll understand kind of how I like to approach story
That's gonna be
structure and
tomorrow,
story
is
arcs.
plots.
I always like to plot out like my beginning, middles, and ends, and how like I
wanna
able
go
to build
platinum?
rising tension over a story.
Is that a ranking or is that a privilege of buying? Does platinum mean that you're buying a subscription, or does platinum mean let the girl talk? Stop, please. Pausing. But it's important that I write this down. Use reversals to build plot during planning. To build tension and maintain pacing. There we go. 2-minute video takes 1 hour on this stream. I beg you. There are a lot of pauses in this stream. Get frame 2. Great frame 2.
Story arc, and how I can have like my point of entry and my inciting incident.
Okay, I'll report
that structure.
intoxication.
And then after I do that, I'll start.
Find out what's important to the climax and overall story. Keeps a solid direction for the journey. I think we have a spicy Zinco now.
Start filling in a bunch of scenes and just brainstorming scenes. A lot of times I'll follow something like a hero's journey just for a general framework, and then I will start really big with like a hero's journey bullet point structure, and then I will like, fill in the gaps from there. I like to layer on this idea of having reversals onto that structure and just keep it in mind very tentatively this early in the process. Like just thinking of
Keep the ideas of good, bad fortune and understanding in the beginning to flesh them out more. Swear, if you use me as inspiration for your psychedelic adventures in your book, I will create a process.
About what my reader is going to be thinking about each character, just thinking about different ways that I can undermine expectations, different ways that, you know, certain characters.
Open a process. Of reporting? Or what are you, a journalist now? Treat me bloody. I'm just fucking with you. Subvert expectations.
Can betray other characters, or critical pieces of information I know about the characters that I want to reveal later. Maybe, you know, I want the readers to think that one character is going to be one thing and then they turn out to be something else later on down the line. And I try to put the crumbs of that in my initial outline so that when I sit down to write my draft, I'm able to play with that while I'm drafting. I always tend to make life really difficult.
Journalist, my cousin is the Count Sultan of Jordan. Be careful! Oh, that's beautiful, Dreamy.
For my characters, so I actually used this AI tool, I think last year, just to try it out. I ended up not liking it very much, but one of the features that it had was to show this like reversal of fortune over the course of the book and how the AI interpreted that. And a lot of the times in my books, because I was writing like kind of later books in the series, my fortune would kind of like, instead of go evenly across the whole good fortune, bad fortune line, it would kind of go like this and like taper off. Like even the good fortune would be below the like bad fortune. Like it was getting kind of depressing. And so when I saw that trend, I would be able to go back and make an effort to kind of like add some more humor, add some more scenes that like elevated the characters more.
True.
And tried to think of ways.
It bothers me that you paused the video, but could you skip ahead to the scene where she does spicy things? Yeah, guys, this is just the intro. Wait for the music to start playing, and then when she's done talking, we can all have some fun.
So that they could succeed more. That is my problem. I tend to make life too hard for my characters. You might have the opposite problem and make life too easy for your characters. I'm not saying you should go and do this AI report just for that graph, because I don't think it's worth it for the cost. But this is something that you can ask beta readers also to kind of get a sense of, to see whether or not they found it depressing or frustrating, or, you know, wanted.
Oh, this
more
liquid blue
good
eyes
fortune or
of
bad
sea.
fortune. I find it useful to try to track what my readers think.
Thank you
and
for redeeming
understand
Chair
about
Dance. Hitox will now dance for you. Please fully enjoy this immersive experience.
This golden hair like waterfalls. I love it. Dreamy Bloody.
Keep dancing, bitch, it ain't over yet.
The crest of her neck like grand mountains, peering over the great distance of her breasts. Dance, dance, simpa, shimpa, pump, lim, 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 hoo, ho, hoo.
You did good, you can rest now, babe.
Hell yeah. There's your spicy. Perfect. Track what readers think and understand about the work.
story over the course of the entire story, and then once I understand that, it's a little bit easier for me to figure out places that I can put reversals in. I know a lot of this is not very actionable advice, and I really like giving actionable advice on the channel, but this is kind of a nebulous concept, and I really don't think there's a specific formula.
I love her, I don't care.
How many reversals should go
True,
in a story,
Dreamy.
and how to create good fortune versus bad fortune. It is just a rule of thumb that I like to keep in mind, that when my characters win...
Imagine that, a woman using the rule of thumb. Need the losses and wins to be believable. Out of nowhere outcomes or additions lead to interruption of the pacing and delivery. I look like an ex-convict? That sounds hot, Dreamy. You know who else is an ex-convict? Jason Statham. Not gonna oh, there we go. Yeah. I fucking love him, dude. It's like you just turn off your brain, you throw on Cranked, and you watch Jason Statham beat the shit out of people. But yeah, no, they're not intellectual movies. You just yeah. You just go with the flow and turn off your brain and have a good time with it. There's like no expectations. You goon to them? Oh, of course I do. Of course I do. Like the scene in Chinatown in Cranked, fucking beautiful. So fucking good. I prefer to read mangas. The scene in Chinatown. It's so good, right, Dreamy? It's so good. This is definitely Zoidco. No, it's not. Dreamy Bloody. Either you're Cute Muffin's friend or you're from Hellish's stream, right? I can't remember.
They also have
There's
to
too many people that come in
shortly
here.
after they win,
I can't remember everyone's
they lose,
origin
and then
story.
After they lose, they win. Like, if you do too much losing...
Is he the new Stallone? I don't know, whatever. Yeah, basically, he's like the new Schwarzenegger Stallone type thing. Like him and who's the other one? Fuck, what's his name? Well, I mean, there's Vin Diesel. But there's another one I'm thinking of. Other than Statham. Like the new type of... as Statham as, like, the new type of Schwarzenegger or, Jesus Christ. Stallone. Jesus, new Stallone. You don't need to know the name when you are licking a path down those abs. True, book. True. It's been 40 days since you stopped thinking, and we were here waiting for you. Wait, I've been smoking Amnesia for 40 days? Damn. 40 days without thinking? Did I do anything successful, guys? Or did I just go... You were in the news. You transcended. You are my new god now. Shit, I hate waiting 40 days for anything but BTS. You pissed and shit yourself. Is that successful? I guess in a way, Book, you accomplished something. Oh, and drool a ton. I didn't know someone could have that much saliva. I was gonna make a blowjob joke, but you guys can just insert blowjob joke. Please report this guy. Definitely.
I already reported this shit-ass streamer. What is this, the den of desire? Fuck man.
Or too much winning, then your narrative is going to become stagnant. Also, full disclosure, I didn't really think about this that much when I was first starting out writing. This is kind of one of those concepts that I've learned to layer in as I've gotten more comfortable learning how to write and plotting books and writing books. There are so many things to keep in your head when you're trying to write a book for the first time. You're thinking about plotting and characters and dialogue and description, and now
she is pretty, but she is also currently ill.
True. Like, it's impossible to do all of these things and hold them all in your head at the same time when you're first starting out. Don't start thinking about reversals. Like, it's more important to figure out your dialogue and your plotting and your characterization and stuff first. But once you feel like you have a pretty good handle on that, starting to think about reversals and ways that you can incorporate them and play with them in scenes can really elevate your plotting. You can also incorporate like scene reversals where you build expectations to one thing and then something.
That is ambiguous. Fake femboy. I am a fake femboy.
On a scene level, and then that changes the reader's understanding of the scene. But I still find that plotting out big ones when I'm in the outlining stage really helps me. And then if I see opportunities for reversals, like, I'll just keep it in the back of my head as
Oh, get off.
I'm writing. Like, what if I did this, or what if I did the opposite of what people would think I was going to do here, and then it takes scenes into different directions. And I find that doing that helps me get reversals into my writing early, also because I'm a plotter, and that's just typically how I work. You can also add them during the revision process. If you get feedback from beta readers that a certain section of the book really dragged, you can go back and add in a major reversal or cut out some of the fluff and like try to just tighten it that way by like adding a big twist in the middle of that.
I wonder why she is in the kitchen and not her bedroom this time. I don't know. Those videos were old. Like, every video we watched is more than a year old. This video came out 10 days ago. So there could have been a transition in that time where she started in her room and then slowly moved the setting to different areas. Maybe she moved to a new house, you know? Yeah, that would be my main guess, is probably that she moved.
That could really...
She did some renovations. Daddy paid for it. What's the matter?
They help energize that section. That's all I have for you on reversal.
Would you pay for my dreams, Bloody Dreamy? I can be your you know, sugar baby. You can be my sugar daddy. I can put in the effort.
I hope that it was helpful as just a very brief primer into what reversals are and why they're important. If you have a second, I'd be super grateful if you could like this video and also subscribe to my channel. My name is Claire Fraze, and I'm an award-winning author who makes videos sharing actionable writing tips that helped me make my own writing better. I'm the author of the 5-book paranormal thriller They Stay series, along with many other projects that are currently in the works. How do you like to incorporate reversals
You could be my mommy dommy
into your stories? Do you think about that during the outlining stage, or do you think about that as you're writing? I do find it's helpful to have that as a mindset when you're writing, like paying attention to what twists you can do and what things...
If you want to be a simp, that's your business. True, I'll have to throw you a sub there, book buyer.
You can turn on your head, but again, you need to
send you my PayPal. I'll become your pimp and sell you a cheap price with a high percentage. Do you really want that? Yes, Dreamy? That's the life, man. Hell yeah. Way better than fucking Walmart. I mean, it'd be good if I was fucking Walmart, but I'm not. You know.
So many things in your head at the same time. So you have
This
to
is
get
the
used to the
spirit.
basics
He's a
first
Nepo,
before
you
you
can
go
keep
through
the
it
money.
without-
It's true.
That in the back of your mind. I hope you have a good week, everybody. And as always, happy writing.
Troop. All right, so we got through that pretty well, didn't we, guys? Hell yeah. It's only been an hour and 25 minutes. What do you know? So, I like Dreamy, got my seal of approval. Hell yeah. Alright, guys, we're on the route. We are on the route to get done what needs to be done. Yo, Cute Muffin! What's up, brother? Welcome, welcome. If you talk to my bitch without consent, I swear to God, you better hide. Oh, man. Welcome in, Muffin. We were having a good time in here. I'm not a lesbian. Yeah, Book is a female. So, I don't know how that applies, Dreamy. Holy shit, Muffin! What the fuck? Oh my god, Muffin! Welcome, welcome, everyone. Thank you for the raid, Muffin. Holy shit, brother. Hell yeah. Welcome, welcome in, Raiders. Grok S. Kind A. Hacker. I don't know, Dreamy. But we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out what Grok thinks about optics versus reality and how people view things. And why optics is more important than reality. And reality has no bearing on anything. Good stream today, no raids, but good lurks. There you go. I was like, what are you fingering? Then I clicked. Then it clicked. Yeah, the commentary right there. Remember my fingers, commentary. Because we're in the react section, and I'm trying to do, you know, like a Final Fantasy pointer, like the finger pointer, like you're on a menu select, and then it's like, oh, we're on to commentary now, and then we can move to adventures. It's just really hard with the angling and everything because it's all reversed in my head. I won't buy your books if you keep using this stuff. I like to hear the out of tune and imperfections. Want to smell the rotten smell of humanity. Then you should definitely check out this one story specifically, Dreamy Bloody. It's called The Banquet, and I think you might highly like it. Read that shit. It's only 900 words. Oh, it's a feast, all right. It's a hell of a feast. It's a hell of a good time. I'm not even straight. I'm ace. Blanket. Feet. No, banquet, Muffin. The Banquet. It is, actually, we can turn this on now. We can have this. It's The Banquet. Actually, I need to grab some water. I will be right back. I left my fucking water bottle. I was trying to make a joke. Oh. Kinda short, but I will read it. Oh, of course. Yeah, this is back in the day. Like, if you look at the comparison between the old stories and the new stories, the old stories were like between like 500 and 1,000 words. The new stories are between 3,000 and 10,000. That's like the scale that I've improved with the comfortability of my writing. But I'll be right back. Ooh, there you go, book. That's a good length. Damn carpet. That is normal. A 3 centimeter clit? Fall of the Wall is kind. Part 2. You skipping like a... Are you skipping like a scratched CD? Isn't Fall of the Wall one of the AI ones? Oh no, it's right here, Fall of the Wall. No, none of these stories connect. They're all just random separate stories. Fall of the Wall has nothing to do with it. It's medieval stuff, like old Middle Age. That's what, like, Young Heroes, Avasta Kraken, Silent Powder, I think Sunken Depths? No, Call of the Mountain's pretty bad. Yeah, that's probably the only other one. Then there's just the chapter 1 draft. Ad time, ad time, ad time. That is my attention span. I'm going to do something productive. Alright, book. Sounds good. Have a good one. Thanks for hanging out. Okay, so I gotta ask a question along with this. Could there be a shift towards a world where optics are placed at a low value and the reality is placed at a high value, especially with the existence of tools on the internet and Reddit. Whoops. Alright, let's see what it thinks, guys. Let's see what she thinks. Let's get it going. What's it gonna be? Grab a chocolate bar here. What are we gonna get today, guys? We got a Crispy Crunch, a Wonder Bar. What else we got in here? What the hell is this? Ooh, this looks cool. Normal? Oh, there we go. That's a good one. Fucking Hershey's. Funny because I'm trying to bargain with fate and comical entities. Well, if I get rich with my novel, I'll do philanthropic work. Fine, but what about children with cancer? Should I donate to the Jamaican planters? I would say your problem is you're trying to like bargain for something, right? But if you're bargaining for something, you gotta put it on yourself. So you gotta be like, I'll become rich and famous, but I'll lose a family member. Now you're playing with fate. But until you put something bigger than your own wish on the line, I don't know, man. Fate's not a kind mistress. But we're gonna find something out, guys. This has almonds in it. I'm allergic to almonds. I don't give a fuck. I'm eating this. We changed 9,900. That's 100 times 69. True. So first we're gonna eat around the almond and see how that goes. That's too funny, Dreamy. Guys, I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, but I'm not feeling it. Okay, now you only watch videos of AI becoming beautiful bodies with old people? What? Very nice, Dream Blade. Guys, I don't know what to say. I don't feel the sting of the almond. Could I possibly be over this allergy? I can eat almonds now, guys? Uh-oh. Now you've just got me intrigued, Dreamy. I don't know how intrigued, but definitely intrigued. It's not bad. It just usually makes my tongue sting and my throat sore. And almonds used to be at the top of the list with cherries. Apples, cherries, almonds. Something about the acid in them. Nope, it was almonds. But it was overconsumption. Chocolate covered almonds, man. I don't know how I'm not fat from eating like 10,000 of those. I spent like my entire paycheck when I was like 17 or 18 on fucking, there's no way, Levi. Mm-mm. When you say short stories, you mean shorts, right? Allergies aren't real. I don't know, tell that to people to die from allergies, Levi. Allergies are real, however, they can be enhanced by the mind freaking out about them. They wouldn't be able to hear me anyways. Don't mess with allergies. It's allergies from overconsumption, so the fact that I haven't eaten them in 10 years means that... Right? It's all good. I'm sorry, guys. It's too much, I know. And Smokey's not here to shoot me, so how am I supposed to die? I'm pretty sure I'm like, me and Smokey are the only, stoners here. As far as I know. No one else smokes. Someone with a handle like Blaze or Pyro, so when Smokey comes in, they come after. True. It's all gotta make some sense. Okay, so here we go, guys. This is what it thinks. We're your friends. Smoke a little bit. That's what my parents said to me. Live a little bit and handed me a joint. Now we're here. Fuck. They're probably thinking to themselves, why did we ever do that? He's never gonna leave the fucking house. Here's a clear and structured response to your query about why society values optics over reality in public-facing spaces and whether a shift toward prioritizing reality is possible, especially when given the presence of internet trolls and public and platforms like Reddit. Do you want cocaine? Come on, man! It's just a snow. My name's Roxo, the rock and roll crown, and I do cocaine. Why society values optics over reality. Society places a high value on optics, how things appear, because appearances are easier to control, more immediately rewarding, and simpler to process than the complex, often messy reality. In public spaces where first impressions and quick judgments dominate, people and intuitions prioritize a polished image over the unvarnished truth. Here's why. Control and comfort. Optics can be curated to fit narratives that people want to believe. Whether it's about success, morality, or competence, a well-crafted image provides a sense of order and reassurance, while reality often reveals flaws, contradictions, or discomforting truths that require effort to understand. Instant gratification. A good appearance delivers instant impact. A contrast, uncovering reality, takes time and critical thinking, which many people aren't willing or able to invest, especially in fast-paced public settings. Media influence. The rise of traditional and social media amplifies this preference. Platforms reward attention, grabbing polished and provocative presentations with visibility, likes, shares, and followers, regardless of their truthfulness. Sensationalism often trumps accuracy because it's more engaging. You're right to point out that the good optics are often a lie, a facade hiding the less flattering reality over time. Its disconnect might become clear, but society still clings to optics because they align with human biases, like the desire for simple, digestible stories. And because the systems we've built, media, social hierarchies, reward them. What is this? The new tenor? Wait, what? I don't understand. Why'd you post a link to Evangelion? Wait. Ow, the new tenor. I want a Ray android. And this link is about a sex doll. Ah, I see. Okay. Way off topic there. Nicely done, Dreamy. I prefer a link to Evangelion to an evangelical channel. There you go, Sean. That's how you use words. Love it. Could there be a shift toward valuing reality over optics? The possibility of a world where reality is prized over optics exists, but it's not straightforward. The internet, with its trolls and platforms like Reddit, complicates the picture rather than clearly driving such a shift. Let's break it down. Role of trolls and the internet. Disruption, not truth. Trolls exploit the same mechanisms that make optics powerful. Sensationalism and emotional triggers. They spread misinformation or provoke reactions which muddies the waters rather than pushing people toward reality. If anything, their presence makes it harder to trust what's real, potentially deepening cynicism instead of fostering a demand for truth. Information overload. The internet offers unprecedented access to information, but it also floods us with misinformation. This overload can overwhelm people, making it tough to distinguish. I'm going to turn this down just Just a wee bit. There. The internet offers unprecedented access to information, but it also floods us with misinformation. This overload can overwhelm people, making it tough to distinguish reality from noise. Without the tools or motivation to sift through it, many default to accepting what looks good or feels right. Back to optics. Father, bless the gospel of our Lord and protect our knights from this war against bloody demons. They have witchcraft. Burn the witches! Burn the witches! She's a witch! Burn her! Sir, that's a tree. Burn her! Okay, sir. That's right. Do what I say. Pretty sure that was just a tree. Shut up! This is a fucking tree, guys. I think it was just a tree, guys. Witchcraft! I scream emo. Emo hardcore. That's my growl voice. Honestly, sometimes trolls make it easier to avoid unreliable sources of information. When a news org gets fed some absolute nonsense and they post it uncritically, you know from that point on that's not a reliable news source. True. So when Pakistan... So you're saying... Wait. Levi, so what you're saying is... This Arma 3 simulation video is shared by both Pakistan and Indian accounts, including news channels. Is this it? Yeah. That's the official Pakistan government account posting Arma 3 game footage and claiming it's real. Yeah, we shot down some of their planes. Oh my god. Pop, punk, emo, hardcore. Is that like a good thing, Dreamy? I don't know. I have a lot of different voices. I just usually don't use them for any means. If you know what I mean. You fucking know what I mean, dude. That's just the only one we got is the brown. Why not nothing else go down with that one? We got nothing left to go for. Fuck.
Somebody gonna get a hurt.
Or somebody gonna get hurt real bad. Or yes, here we go. We are going for the Papa Bunky more hardcore. For me, speaking honestly, I just wanted to say I want to watch you slaughter some Shiite or Sunni idiots, but it doesn't matter. My country is safe with China and the Russians. My country is kind communist. That is okay, bloody dreamy. I am a very much centrist and I do very much believe in UBI and a very basic type of combination between communism and capitalism, where everyone can kind of have everything on the base level, but then from there, if you want to build and level up, you are free to level up. But everyone is always baseline level 1. I don't have this accent. No, it is a very wise, specifically Sunni and Shiite. Are you Wahhabist or something? Wahhabist? Don't know what that is. I don't know what Wahhabist is. Even though I know Levi said it before. But, yeah, no idea. Don't remember shit, bro. I'm too fucking high. Potential for change. A shift toward valuing reality would require significant changes in how we consume and value information. They're a sect of Islam, like Sunni and Shiite. I just all I know is that there's the main ones are Sunni and Shiite. But aren't there like hundreds of different sects of Islam? Just like there's like probably just as many about for Christianity. Yeah, I don't know any of Islam at all. Critical thinking. Widespread education on how to question, verify, and analyze information could make people more discerning. If society grew skeptical of polished facades and demanded evidence, reality might gain ground. Systematic adjustments. Platforms could prioritize accuracy over engagement. Think robust fact-checking or algorithms that reward substance over flash. This would counter the current incentives that favor optics. Cultural shift. A collective rejection of superficiality could emerge, perhaps driven by frustration with lies exposed over time, as you suggest. Communities on Reddit, for instance, sometimes dig into details and challenge narratives, hinting at a niche appetite for reality. Not really. The dividing lines in Islam are pretty clear. It's like a fairy tale. They believe in a certain bloodline, and that's why they fight. Well, isn't that the whole point of the Jews, too? Right? They're the chosen people of God. They have like the special bloodline. The Jew gene, if you will. The challenge. Human nature and the internet structure work against this. People gravitate toward confirmation bias, believing what fits their worldview, and platforms thrive on quick, shallow engagement. Optics are easier to produce and consume than reality, so they're likely to stay dominant without deliberate, systematic effort. Society values optics over reality because they're a shortcut, controllable, comforting, and amplified by media systems that prioritize attention over truth. The lie behind good optics might eventually show, but the preference persists because it's baked into how we judge and reward public presentation. Shift toward valuing reality as possible. Trolls and platforms like Reddit expose cracks in the facade, but it's unlikely without a major rethink of how we process information and what we choose to reward. For now, optics reign because they're simpler, even if they're fake. Jews are only placed in a wrong and dangerous place after World War II. They are surrounded by Islamic countries. Also, the Jews don't believe in special Jew blood or anything like that. It's conventional for them. Covenantal? Covenantal for them. Covenantal, Jesus Christ. Could AI play a role in this with verification of whether something is AI generated, like within the next 5 years? The amount will be staggering. So, could this play a role in re-evaluating the system and how things are rewarded? Talking about me, I'm white, boys. My ancestors are from Portugal and they colonized the country where I live. I mean, Dreamy Bloody, that's how you do it. You have the thing, you take the thing is now yours. That is literally how life was and still is. And people seem to have this ideal that that's not how it is. But that's definitely how it is. If some country believes it can take another country, it takes that fucking country. That's what Russia tried to do. I'm kind like Levi. I don't know how did he get to New Zealand. No idea. On a boat? Could AI play a role in reevaluating systems and rewards through verification of AI-generated content? The Crown bought the land off of the Maori people after forcing them into an agreement where the Crown is the only people they can sell to. Yep, that sounds about right. What's new? Oh, it's another day that ends in Y. I want to try this cookies and cream Oreo. It's a little sweet, but... That said, by and large, the land was unsettled. They wouldn't have done anything wrong. They just started building on the unused land and left the Maori in their own affairs. But they didn't want competition in any way. Could AI play a role in reevaluating systems and rewards for verification of AI-generated content? Yes, AI could significantly influence how we evaluate and reward information. Especially as the volume of AI-generated content is expected to become staggering within the next 5 years. By verifying whether something is AI-generated or authentic, AI has the potential to reshape social systems, such as how content is valued on platforms, and shift the focus from appearances, optics, to substance, reality. Let's break down how this could happen. But I'm a communist pacifist, basically a Marxist. At least I was, until I transcended some concepts. So it's difficult for me to position myself, but I do not like the Muslims. Their culture is very outdated for our time. Fuck. Fuck ads. You know what we need, guys? Are you guys back? Are we ready? Are we ready for this? Is everyone ready for this?
Fuck off!
God, it's been ages. Oh, back when the internet was funny, guys. Tourette's guy was the fucking best. But I have long hair. So you're not that balding. Primary victims of Islam are Muslims. Any fundamental religion, like, power structure is bad. Fundamental religious power structure is bad. Period. Well, you know what they say. You get to a point that the only people that you can hurt is yourself. So they're basically like isolated in a part of the world, and they're in such an extreme like religious and governmental structure that a lot of it is due to basically their isolation. Smokey! Welcome, welcome! True, Smokey, true! How's it going, good sir? They just passed some weird law in Afghanistan and Iran about underage sex, and that's not fake news. Well, everyone knows that Muhammad's wife was like 9 or something like that, right? So, I mean, that's kind of part of their religion. Which, again, is probably another reason why it's fucking bad. But yeah, Smokey, how's it going? How was your day today, good sir? We are chilling out. Doing some commentary with the boys. Smoking bowls after the ad break because we
Just
went
chillin'.
through the... True. They need heavy sanctions and someone needs to put these places in order. They're almost primitive, seriously. Well, we all know... Welcome to A Talk Stories, where tales of fantasy and moral chaos... Oh no, I just want the clip. Where's just the clip? Okay, well I guess this is the closest one. Let's hear it again, guys. Let's hear it again. Cuz we have to hear it from the mouth of the horse itself.
Great. Israel says that Iran violated the peace agreement and the ceasefire agreement. Do you believe that Iran is still committed to peace?
Yeah, I do. They violated it, but Israel violated it too.
Are you questioning if Israel is committed?
Israel, as soon as we made the deal, they came out and they dropped a load of bombs, the likes of which I'd never seen before. The biggest load that we've seen. I'm not happy with Israel. You know, when I say, okay, now you have 12 hours, you don't go out in the first hour and just drop everything you have on them. So I'm not happy with them.
True.
I'm not happy with Iran either. But I'm really unhappy if Israel's going out this morning because the one rocket that didn't land, that was shot, perhaps by mistake, that didn't land. I'm not happy about that. You know what? We basically have two countries that have been fighting so long and so hard that they don't know what the fuck they're doing. Do you understand that?
Do you have to respond in Iran?
I hate Trump, but in this time he's right. So that's the thing is, Bloody Dreamy, I hate Trump too because he's a scammer, he's a liar, he's a cheater, he's probably a sex fiend, but you know, he literally grabbed people, like, women's vaginas, like, I like some of his politics, but as far as a person goes, he's a disgusting fucking pig, but that doesn't matter, because it's all about what he's trying to do. He's better than a lot of people. She's better than my government, fucking Canadian government, Stephen Harper, Trudeau, and honestly, I don't even know what the name of the Prime Minister is. Guys, I'm gonna be honest, I don't even know what the name of the Prime Minister in Canada is. I don't know who won, I don't give a fuck, I don't care. I bailed out. I'm basically like, I'm just not voting, not paying attention to politics, and it can go fuck itself. I'm just not interested. I'm basically a separatist at this point, where I'm like, bring Alberta and BC over to the States, and make us 51 and 52, buddy. Who cares? You delegated this function, that is okay. Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Right? And it's like, you're allowed to have your viewpoints on things, and you're allowed to express your viewpoint on things, I think. Even if people disagree. And you can like, try and, like, you know, reason out for each reason and stuff, but sometimes people just can't see it. It's just the way that it is. AI verification is a game changer. They get paid chubby salary for that? Oh yeah, 100% too. Like, I think the government, like, shit like that should be volunteer. Basically. It should be like fucking jury duty. No one wants to do it, but you have to do it. That's how I think the government should be run. Are you a robot? Tick this box to make sure. Oh, I'm a robot. I'm AI. Wait, because I'm only virtual. I'm not physical. Technically, I'm not a robot. I'm just an image. I'm just pixels on a screen. A robot would be a like if you took my personality and put it into a embodiment of physical mechanicalness. Femboy robot? Yeah, I could. You guys could download me to be your femboy robots, and then everyone could have an Atox femboy robot. Dude, we are winning. That is the next new idea. I patent that idea. It is mine. I am doing that. Free torrent, boys. Go ahead. True. AI verification is a game changer. AI tools could be developed to detect whether content, texts, images, videos, or audio is AI generated or human made within the last 5 years. Advancements in algorithms could flag synthetic content. AI could be identified telltale signs of generation, like subtle inconsistencies and deepfakes or patterns in text and humans don't naturally produce. Cross-check facts. Beyond spotting AI origins, these tools could verify claims against trusted sources, making it easier to separate truth from fabrication. If these tools become viable and widely available, they could empower people to question polished but misleading content. For example, a viral video on social media post could be instantly tagged as AI generated or unverified, prompting users to dig deeper rather than accept it at face value. The impact of staggering AI content volumes. The sheer amount of AI-generated content expected in the next 5 years could overwhelm current systems. This flood might erode blind trust as people encounter more synthetic media. They may grow skeptical of everything they see online. If it's hard to tell what's real, slick optics might lose their persuasive power. Boost demand for authenticity. When everything could be fake, a verifiable reality could become a premium. People might gravitate toward content with proof of human authorship or factual backing, like a news article with verified byline over an anonymous AI written post. Reevaluating reward systems. The rise of AI-generated content could force platforms to rethink how they reward and rank information, shifting metrics. Right now, platforms like social media prioritize engagement, likes, shares, and views, which often favor sensational optics over substance. But if AI content triggers misinformation, concerns, or public backlash, platforms might face pressure to reward trustworthiness instead. For instance, they could boost posts verified as authentic or penalize unverified AI-generated ones. Regulatory push. Governments might step in, mandating transparency about AI content. This could lead to new standards where only verified content gets amplified, fundamentally changing what gets rewarded. Challenges to making it work. While promising, this shift isn't guaranteed. Some hurdles include accessibility. Verification tools need to be user-friendly and widespread. If only tech experts can use them, most people might still fall for optics-driven AI content. Deception arms race. As verification improves with AI's ability to trick it, bad actors could create harder to detect fakes, keeping the battle between truth and illusion ongoing. A potential cultural shift. If AI verification takes hold, society might adopt a more critical mindset over the next 5 years. People could start demanding proof, like cryptographic signatures or verified sources, before trusting content. This could diminish the value of flashy but hollow optics and evaluate substance backed by evidence. Conclusion. AI could absolutely play a role in reevaluating how systems reward content, especially as AI-generated material floods the digital landscape in the next 5 years. By verifying what's real versus what's synthetic, AI tools could challenge the dominance of optics, encouraging platforms and people to prioritize authenticity. However, success depends on making verification accessible and staying ahead of deceptive AI advancements. If done right, this could mark a turning point where reality trumps appearances. But if not, optics might just get a shinier AI-powered upgrade. Ooh, that would be an interesting reality to live in. But yeah, there we go. We have our commentary for the day, guys. We got that. Now we gotta write this damn scene. Beezus, I'm proud of you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm proud of myself too, Beezus. I'm so proud I'm gonna eat a chocolate bar. Here's my call. People will shift their trust in information from institutions to public individuals. I agree with that, Levi. Kind of already has happened with podcast culture determining a lot of political elections in America. I mean, look at fucking Joe Rogan, dude. Joe Rogan is fucking huge, and a ton of people listen to him. Some of my guys got access to better information. He's just got a nose for it. I can only imagine it'll grow bigger the farther down the line we go. Yeah, like a new, like... I guess cable channel news stations are going to die within 10 years. Right? Something along those lines. Because the only people that watch them are old people, and when those old people die, no one's gonna watch them anymore. So it's basically just a waiting game. So maybe it might be 20 years, but eventually those people are gonna die, and no one's gonna watch it, and then the stations are gonna collapse because they're not gonna be able to afford to stay open. And you already see, like, a lot of people moving over to, like, YouTube and stuff like that because they understand that that's, like, the new direction of journalism. I only ever use mainstream media for breaking stories where they're acting as aggregators rather than editorialists. Well, it's like Levi watching Asman. It's like you're not watching Asman break the story. You're watching him cover the breaking story. So you're still watching the news, let's say if you're watching Asman react to the news, right? But it's his take on it and his expression towards it and his ideas about it that give insight. Plus the fact that he's an American and I'm Canadian. So I really don't know. And I just like American politics because it doesn't really affect me, and it's funny. That's why I stay away from Canadian politics. Like, I probably wouldn't watch Asmin if I was American because I wouldn't want to know what the fuck was going on, because I'd just be like, oh, because I'm already saying that in Canada, and I don't even know. So, it's bad. Asman is only partially political, honestly. He does more of the shock stuff than deep dives, from what I understand. Oh, he just has insight. Right? Because he knows the space. Like, he knows, like, the broadcasting and media space. So it's like he just has insight that I don't think other people... Oh, and he says things that people won't say, right? He says the wrong things, which is the truth. Most of the time. Like we brought up earlier, Beezus, if since you probably weren't here, but he had another W today.
Were tales of fantasy and moral chaos.
Come on.
Now, I thought this was funny. May 19th, 2025. If esports and pro gaming wants to rely on outside money, they should embrace porn, gambling, and alcohol sponsors.
True.
June 26, 2025. 1 month later. Why we are opening betting sponsorships in esports and how we're doing it responsibly. Oh, man. That's crazy. What are the odds? Wow. So, yeah, there we go. And I would do this. Yeah, I told y'all this shit was going to happen. I said this shit was going to happen. Everybody wanted to act like it wasn't, but now it is. And so that's where we're at. Everybody was mad at me. But the one thing that they weren't saying is that I was wrong.
True, brother. True. Gambling sponsorships have been talked about for a decade now as the only way to save esport, League of Legends esports. Too sensationalist. People morally disagree, but not as a fix if you disregard that. Yeah, but people are too stupid to look past it, right? Like, people think, oh no, it has to be moral. It's like, but it's already not moral. Because these games take advantage of people in microtransactions, and that's how they make all of their money. And usually that's for, like, manipulating, like, young kids into spending, like, to League of Legends skins for, like, sexy 13 different Katarina skins. Because each one gets more and more skimpy. I just think it's bad behavior. It's Lux Kai. I don't even know who Kaisa is, but yeah, Lux. You in the past with Katarina. Shit, my mommy Dommy's out of style. What about Leona, man? Or my Sona. Don't tell me my Maokai is out of date, guys. Please don't tell me my Christmas tree Maokai is out of date. God damn it. Now I just have League of Legends in my head. It's been like fucking 10 years. Get out! Fuck League of Legends. Get out! Depends on what you mean by that. He means smut. Beezus. Real talk, the only League characters I can picture in my mind's eye are Garen and Shaco. There you go, Levi. That's the spirit. My brother would only play Teemo and Twitch. And I played like Sona, Leona, Jax, Fiona, or Fiora? I don't know, the chick with the rapier who stabs and pokes and stabs. I used to be #1 Taric Thresh in the country for a few years until I quit. It's the Yordle with the dragon called? Yordle with the dragon? Yordle with a dragon. Yordle with a dragon. I don't think I know of a Yordle with a dragon. Do you mean you mean Annie Tibbers? Like Tibbers? Because I'm like, I mean, I don't know any of the new characters, so maybe it's a new character. Dragon Trainer Tristana? Oh. Okay. Didn't know that. Never seen that one. Her gun is a dragon that shoots fire. That's pretty awesome, Beezus. I played Tristana. I loved the jump. And then my friend would play LeBlanc. So she'd LeBlanc mid. And then I would bottom Tristana. And we would just fucking destroy. Or she'd play Leona. And I'd play either Callista or... What are the color of your eyes? My eyes are green. Fuck if I know. I haven't played since like 2011. Yeah. Been a long fucking time. Been a long fucking time. Mine are green also. Nice. Should see my brother-in-law, man. His eyes are like the blue of that chick that we were watching during the React section. Jordan's eyes are way bluer than that. His are like fucking like Jesus level blue. It's fucking crazy. My brother got those light blue eyes and I'm super jealous. We all have green eyes. Wait, you have or you hate Beezus? I have light brown eyes. It's like amber. Oh, that's cool, Dreamy. I'm just gonna write. Not sure about this one, but we'll try it out. Let me know if you guys like it or not. Well, I hate brown too, but I hate more blue eyes. Okay, let's not do that. That's not what I was thinking. Interesting. Okay, tell me what you think about this one. I'm a writer, only first-hand worker. I see. Hmm. You know what I noticed in new writings that makes me happy? The details and the level of immersion. I mean, professional books from the 80s ain't even come close to amateur books from 18s forward. It's a different cultural thing, Dreamy. I think the times have evolved in a way that the old, slow, stylistic method of writing is no longer really as viable as it's like the old mystery thriller movies versus like all the action movies nowadays. It's like the flash of the action movies has just completely overtaken everything else, and there's nothing you can do against it. It's just a flood of all of this bullshit just being thrown at you. In any genre they're popping up. Yep. And I think that is a cause of the system opening up and allowing people the ability to basically like self-publish and do their own routes. And that allows them to create masterpieces that would normally be neutered by like a publishing company because it's too, you know, something that's like not politically correct or some shit like that, you know? And it's like that's the only way to tell good stories. You have to be bold. You have to be pushing the line. Yep. It became uncontrollable. That's how fast shit happens, man. Feel this from the popular media as well. Yeah. It definitely, it presses into view and it puts, like, we did a commentary on this like a couple of days ago, maybe last week or whatever, but like the idea of like verification marks, and how like verification of something used to be something that like you would earn through like participation and, you know, like engagement and stuff like that, right? It's like, oh, this person's like an actual person. But nowadays it's like you just buy the verification check mark. So it's gotten to this point where no one can hide anything anymore. This is even a little scary. This applies to good and bad things. Yeah. Everything will change with that over the next 5 years with AI and shit like that too. With the things people will do on the internet with AI, I guarantee you there will be regulations within 5 years. Because the shit people will do will be goddamn disturbing. Just very bad. People are bad. Some people are bad. Drugs are bad. Okay, guys? Drugs are bad. But anyways. So Duart's idea here is to create his own company outside of the tree as like a subsidiary company of their company, to use their name to back his name in order to get his business going. And that's all he really wants. And this is where he's going to completely start lying to his parents. And this is something he's going to confess later to Viola. But it's like pressing, he leaned into it too hard, and okay, I think I'm done for tonight. Everyone have a blast. Gotta get the trash out. Alright, Sean, have a good night, good sir. Take care. Have a great night. See you tomorrow. As always, wash those eyelids right with your eyes. Remember, left, right, left, right, left, right. That's the best way to do it. You notice something strange about these tests and beta versions of systems? The more on the surface you are, the faster it affects you. I mean, there are people who still use Facebook. Yeah, oh my god, Dreamy, everyone at work. Like, Walmart itself uses Facebook. They're like, why aren't you ever on the Facebook group? And I'm like, oh my fucking god. I don't use social media. So I just tell them I don't use social. They're like, you can go on the WhatsApp group. And I'm like, no. They're like, oh, we put all the information there. I'm like, you know where you should put the information? On a fucking flyer printed out at the front desk that anyone can fucking read. Or put it in the break room or some shit. I ain't gonna read no fucking WhatsApp bullshit. I don't do that. If you don't make it publicly available to me, it's not part of my prerogative. And they've tried to get me in trouble with it before. And I'm like, hey man, if it's not printed out, it's not my prerogative. You can't... You didn't fucking tell me? That's not my fucking problem. Sorry, bro. Although our new store manager is fucking amazing. He's awesome. So yeah, I don't gotta worry about shit. They're running on an old system. Okay, I can accept that. But my point is, people who are on the surface are going to suffer effects preceding what happens in the masses. Oh yeah, they're the crumbs that lead, and like the you know, it's the calm before the storm, the direction of the wind, like that kind of thing, right? They're the cloudless sky before the fucking tornado. Like, I don't know, I think that's all I got. But I think you know what I mean. Raymond Dow! You are a risk statistic because you update yourself too early. Yeah, I could definitely see that, Dreamy. I definitely love to push the edge, too. And I'm very, like, purposefully extremely subtle with my parody and my satire. So a lot of people can think that I'm like, saying what I think instead of, you know, trying to hyperbolize it so much that people totally just be like, there's no way you actually think that. Yo, early or in the right time, I don't know, it depends on the point of view. Yeah. But Raymond Dow, how's it going? We need to read one of your essays, bro. We've been waiting for you. Welcome, welcome. So let's pull it up. Are you guys ready for this? Because I'm fucking ready. What about you, Raymond? Are you ready? Oh, Raymond, you want to see what my brother got me for my birthday yesterday? Because it was my birthday yesterday. You missed my birthday stream, you bastard. You missed my fucking birthday stream. How fucking dare you miss my birthday stream? You better not miss the 24-hour stream, bro. Thanks. I'm 34 now, guys. I'm fucking 34 now. Fuck. I'm fucking 34. The scary thought. But look what my brother got me. It's like 30 pounds of fucking chocolate bars. It's literally completely filled with fucking random chocolate bars and shit. You literally fucking bench press that thing. I could sell them for $1 and make some money, right? So we've been eating some chocolate bars. So Raymond, you might like this. We had a funny clip yesterday. Yeah, we deep-throated one of these yesterday. It was a good time. Now I want chocolate. Hell yeah, brother. Oh, diarrhea. Okay. That came out of nowhere. Loot Zero! Welcome, welcome. How's it going? We are about to read Raymond Dow's essay on Gymnopedia. I don't know what that is. Gymnopedia? Pedia? I have no idea how you're supposed to say that. Gymnopedia? Germopedia?
Gymnopedia.
Gymnopedia. Gymnopedia. Alright, that's how we're gonna say it. I went to a friend's house and we watched a Colo match. Nothing particularly memorable, except that afterwards I found myself thinking about something unrelated to goals, prayers, or plays. The body, the norms that sustain it, and the culture around it, that led me to write the following. The fact that the word sport didn't exist doesn't mean that organized physical activity with social or ritual meaning didn't exist. Long before the Middle Ages, well before the verb to deport gave the word its name, there were already bodies running, fighting, hunting, or dancing with clear purpose to dominate, survive, display. Modern sport is a cultural invention that referees, explicit rules, and stopwatches. But ritualized bodily activity goes way back. It's not just fun, it's a total and complex human phenomenon. Sport as we know it took shape in the 19th and 20th centuries. It's not a game or pastime, but a phenomenon with three layers. The concrete ceremony, the match, the competition. The institutional, economic, and symbolic infrastructure, and the historical and social evolution of sport. Sport is autotelic. Its meaning lies in the regulated action, not in an external goal. That's why equal competition under clear rules, regulated agonism, is its essence. Sport is deeply linked to culture and education as a praxis that shapes the free and relational human being. It's not whim or mere entertainment, but a space where play, regulation, and the formation of a particular kind of human occur. An athlete is not the same as a sports person. The athlete measures and surpasses physical limits without worrying about image or industry, almost a pure body and function. The sports person, on the other hand, is a media product, fulfilling contracts and managing a brand. The body becomes separate and commodity, and spectacle becomes the end. There is, however, a third figure harder to classify, the non-podium practitioner, solitary runners, unsponsored climbers, street dancers, bodies that train and refine themselves without audience, economic gain, or ritual, making effort their only victory. They are autotelic without agonism, true bodies without institutions. It's like the guy on the corner of the street playing hacky sack and shooting the hack up in like 30 feet in the air. And doing like 12,000 in a row. Or someone completing all the achievements in a video game. Or me getting tied up in like one small facet and repeating that over and over and over again like I did in Schedule 1. Behind all this lies, or I guess in old school RuneScape as well. It's also, that's like an old school RuneScape thing, right? I guess that's its basis. Is like small bits of interactive stuff that keep you engaged over time, but doesn't feel like you're doing anything, but you're wasting time. So I could play it for like 40 hours straight, just like fishing. Behind all this lies a tangle of norms that go beyond the real rule book. There's the ethics of fair play, legal rules against doping or violence, social norms of respect, and even religious or technical codes. On the field, these are sacred. Outside, they often make no sense. It's a particular legal logic. A microcosm of law where the arbitrary becomes mandatory and illegality the worst possible sin. Sport becomes a hybrid normative space, not fully legal, not entirely moral, a kind of lucid or ritual law, where cheating is heresy and disobedience a form of blasphemy. For Plato, a healthy body was the necessary base for a tempered mind and a citizen capable of governance. Without bodily discipline, there's no self-control or stable politics. Lucian of Samosata notes that in ancient banquets, it wasn't philosophers or orators who stole the spotlight, but athletes and warriors showing off physical feats. The body in action, not the word, was the center of the feast. Martin Heidegger didn't see sport as an obstacle to intellect. He liked football and admired Beckenbauer. For him, sport was a legitimate passion, nothing minor about it. It was an authentic commitment, even if he didn't own a TV and annoyed his neighbor every time he wanted to watch the German national team. Aeschylus, pillar of Greek tragedy, left an epitaph that doesn't mention his literary work, but his physical valor at the Battle of Marathon. His inscription reads in Greek, I am image or stone. Euphorion, his son, places me here. Here lies Aeschylus, Athenian, who fought bravely at Marathon and crushed the pride of the Persians. Let none who see this fail to know it. He didn't want to be remembered for his tragedies, but for his body in battle, the physical act that marked history, a gesture that placed the active body above the literary symbol. Chile has its epic moment in sports with Carlos Dipborn at the 1956 FIFA Congress in Lisbon. While Argentine Raul Colombo said, "We could host the World Cup tomorrow. We have everything," Dipborn responded with brutal honesty, "Because we have nothing, we will do everything." That spirit shaped the 1962 World Cup, a feat built on scarcity and willpower, not abundance. International sport, particularly football, often functions as a substitute for real conflict between countries. The so-called football war, not the 1969 conflict between El Salvador and Honduras, the great exception to the rule, caused more by migration tensions than by the 1970s World Cup qualifying match, which merely lit the fuse. Channels national and political tensions avoiding actual warfare. Sport is paradoxical, a symbolic battle that sometimes prevents real battle. The ancient gymnasium was a place of temperance and intellectual training, integral training, seeking discipline and genuine harmony. The modern gym is a consumption center. The body is displayed, sold, measured in selfies and metrics. What used to be training has become spectacle and marketing product. This creates anxiety, alienation, and body dysphoria because the aesthetic idea is unattainable, sustained by tricks, not discipline. In today's gym, there is no ethos, only technique. No soul being tempered, only muscles being isolated. Repetition no longer builds character, only volume. Breathing isn't for harmony, but performance. It's the factory of the body as a machine stripped of allegory. Sport remains mythologized, but in anti-mythical terms. The perfect body isn't expected to appear by divine grace, but through nearly magical or deceitful methods. Supplements, surgery, brand management. The ideal pursued isn't health, but commodity. Those who don't play that game are excluded or frustrated. This dynamic intensifies dysphoria and bodily discomfort, led by a culture obsessed with superficial image. In the end, sport is neither redemptive nor a moral school. It's a norm-governed system that produces both ideal and real bodies. One that excludes and glorifies. Yet something genuine remains, the body in motion, the truth that cannot be hidden. When someone runs or jumps with no one watching, with no sportsmanship or stakes, there lies sport. Not a spectacle, but as element human experience. After all, more than rules, speeches, or myths, only the moving body remains. Hell yeah! Oh, I love that, Raymond. That is a great embodiment. Joku Killer 1234. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing, good sir? Would you be a Joku Kai killer? Or Chip? I don't know. I can't quite remember exactly what it is. Joku Ki and no. Fuck if I know. Naming conventions. Joku, are you a writer perhaps? Do you enjoy writing and reading and storytelling in general? For that is the majority of what we do here, is learning about writing itself, and stories. We are currently working on a prequel to our book, the first series that we are doing aside from short stories. And it contains a crap ton of dialogue. That the point of the story... Yeah, I've been here before, actually. Hell yeah, that's good to hear. I am glad to know. Always trying to expand the reach of the people that, you know, are interested in the content. That's basically all I'm trying to do here, is just create something that people would possibly enjoy, but at the end of the day, it is all just about holding myself accountable to being able to write and learning. Because I'm a procrastinator that if, like, there's no outside source holding me accountable, I can't hold myself accountable. So it's very much streaming is very helpful in this facet. We've done more in the last year than we have in the last 10 years. Which is fucking scary. Other than world building. But world building is solid enough, and you can do that infinitely. It's like, this is the world building, this is what's going to be in the book. So, it's like, well, fuck. You know? at what point is it, like, worth it to stop? It's like, I hit the plateau of, like, 98% with, like, no returns, and I've gone from, like, you know... Let's say having like 2,000 in the scale to 2 million in the scale, and I've gone from 89 to like 91. It's from like Diablo level scaling shit. Is the dementia... It's the dementia, don't worry. He won't remember. I'm currently smoking Strawberry Amnesia. Last time I asked for feedback on the starting of a story I was writing, and now I saw you were streaming, so I thought, why not show you the new stuff I've written? Oh, hell yes, brother! Are you in the Discord? I did... What? It's broken, guys. The fuck? Why isn't it working? Well, I'll just take this link. Whoops. There's the link. The name is Intoxication Server. Our Discord link. It's broken. Shouldn't be. This one says it's fine. It goes straight to the server. Instantly takes you to rules. Alright, well then just go to the public stories, pop your story in there, and we can have ourselves a read. I'm 100% down for that. I must have been in it last time. Hell yeah. We've added a bunch of new channels and stuff like that if you want to check that out. You know, we got movie suggestions, we got public suggestions for chat commands, we've got the Writers Unleashed, where if you have anything published online or any of your work online, feel free to drop all of the links to all of your work, whether that's on Royal Road, Scribble Hub, or like anywhere, your Google Docs. If you feel free to drop it in there. That's where we promote everyone. and spread the love, basically. Hell yeah. Have you done all... Did you do all of this? Have I read any of... Like... I remember reading some of this, I'm pretty sure. Right? Like, this is the time travel one? Where it says, like, the time loop, right? Oh, I think we're in an ad break. Okay, time to take a toke then if we're in the middle of an ad break, guys. It is what it is. Damn it, I'm having an ad. You'll have to repeat everything you said. Alright. This is the time travel one, right? Or like the time loop. And how much of this is new? Because our... It says my ad break is over. I fucking hate ads. If there weren't pre-rolls, if I just didn't have to do ads, I wouldn't have ads on the channel. The 25 cents a week is not worth it. I was saying, is all of this new? Because I only remember reading like a little bit of this. Like the first time loop. So, I don't know how long each of these are, but have you rewritten all of this, or which one do you want me to read? Because I can start from the beginning, but... I think last time only chapter 3 was done. Start from the beginning? Alright, sounds good. We can do that. Alright, lock in, guys. This is going to be a good one. Afternoon, 13:45. Deep underground, a group of researchers get ready to conduct their... Actually, I'm going to zoom in here and kind of close that. So this is, like, easier for me to do. There. I wish I could get rid of this fucking bar, but I can't. Deep underground, a group of researchers get ready to conduct their final test. Their lab, equipped with the latest tech and a standby team of engineers to fix any problem with the machinery immediately. Their research required so much energy that their lab was fully powered by a separate nuclear reactor. All this funding only capable by the government of a large country. Their objective of research? Artificial black holes. They were beyond simple simulations. This final test would be the moment of truth for a lifetime's work. The limits of theory and predictions would be tested. After all, theory will only get you so far. 1400. For a split second, they had succeeded. There it was, an artificial black hole. But they might have succeeded too well. Although the size of a coin, it was way bigger than the theory and simulations had predicted. Disaster. In theory, a black hole with the diameter of a standard coin would have slightly more mass than the Earth itself. It would exert a gravitational force quadrillions of times more than that of Earth. Although the artificial black hole had dissipated after just a split second, it would be an understatement to say that the effects were tremendous. Earthquakes, volcano eruptions, tsunamis, even the moon itself were moved from orbit and falling towards the Earth. It was all too sudden. Billions of casualties, trillions of dollars of property damage, unrecoverable infrastructure, and even the moon falling from the sky to eventually end the world. 14 hours, 13 minutes, 8 seconds. Awakening. Something dormant has been disturbed. The world is back to 1400. This time, no one present to conduct the experiment. The lab is empty. No damages. The infrastructure is working in pristine condition, but not a living soul is seen in the lab. Yet the memory of everything that transpired is not gone. Everyone who survived is back where they were on 1400 with not so much as a scratch on them. It's almost as if the entire world went back in time exactly 13 minutes and 8 seconds. But something is missing. A huge part of the world is. Everyone who was killed during the 13 minutes is gone, with not so much as a trace. Their existence is only marked by the memory of those who remember them. 1405. On the ISS, the 7 astronauts are trying to compose themselves after what they have just witnessed in the last 13 minutes. Some are traumatized, some worry for their family. The commander is trying to contact HQ when a crew member says, "Hey, you gotta come look at this." Fearing the worst, the commander doesn't take the words of a veteran crew member lightly and rushes over in case something even more bizarre is happening. And what they both saw left their jaw dropped. The world was glitching. Chapter 1. Afternoon, 1300. 2 years prior to the world-altering incident, in the inner hall of an inconspicuous tavern, there is a fully organized but definitely illegal fighting ring, complete with a betting counter. From the outside, no one would assume that this tavern gets much business, but on the inside there is quite a crowd for this afternoon fight. In one corner of the ring is a man named Hans Roshin that looks to be in his 30s, not really muscular, but not excessively fat either. A normal skinny man with even a few gray hairs and a worried look on his face. One can assume it's due to the matchup of the fight. In the other corner is a male that is 5'7", fairly muscular for his age, also skinny, not even in proper boxing attire. He is overly confident, so much that even his hands are in his pockets. But not to be mistaken, he is by no means defenseless. He has enough room for utilizing the full range of motion of his legs. To the expert eye, one can deduce that he is trained in the ITF variant of Taekwondo, which is much more dangerous than the WT counterpart. But that is not what makes Hans Roshin worried. What worries him is the age of his opponent. The teenager in the opposite corner doesn't look any older than 17. Hans even considers going easy on the kid, but the thought leaves his mind when the bell rings to indicate the start of the round. The kid leaps forward in the middle of the ring and performs a spinning back kick with perfect footwork, leaving no room for retaliation. What a lot of novice Taekwondo practitioners do is that they step their lead foot across the center line to facilitate the spin of the back kick. This telegraphs the move and leaves you open for a Muay Thai shin kick to the calf muscles of the leg. To mitigate this vulnerability, that 17-year-old simply left the foot in its place, pointed the heel towards the opponent, and performed the kick in one seamless motion. The sheer shock factor of this move leaves Hans Roshin unable to defend and to be knocked down. Hans, unable to recover and get to his feet, followed 8 seconds. Is declared the loser. The mysterious 17-year-old, his casual clothing, is declared the victor. Hands still tucked in pockets. Afternoon, 1300. On the day of the incident. As usual, there is an afternoon match being held in the inner halls of the tavern, but this time Hans Roshin isn't a competitor. He's a spectator cheering a particular boy he has grown to like in the past 2 years. Leaning on the wall by the betting counter, Howard says, "You know, this place has changed quite a lot in just 2 years ever since he arrived." "I suppose it really has. I never thought of a day would come where we would have to change our business model from authentic fights to flashy performances. But don't get me wrong, Hans, it's not really a bad thing. After all, our audience loves this." Friendly voice from behind the counter replies. "Do you still remember his first match?" "How could I possibly forget? I still get reminded of every time I try to lay down on my stomach each night. That back kick fractured 2 of my ribs, and I was hospitalized for 2 months. Well, I think it's about time I gave the signal." Meanwhile, the boy, who had grown to be 19 now, was dodging every punch and kick that came his way with ease to create a spectacle for the audience. But despite what the audience saw in his mind, he had grown bored from these fake matches. That's when he heard someone shout his name from the counter. "Cohen Kenodox." He looks over and sees the owner of the tavern giving him a signal. The other fighter also sees this, and they both nod at each other. It's the final act to end the match. Kyoan performs a series of consecutive moves along with his opponent. Firstly, the inward crescent kick. This move can be performed by raising the extended leg as high as possible, a bit across the center line of the body from the outside, then sweeping explosively inward in a circular arc movement, hitting the target on the other side for impact. Having rehearsed this before the match, the opponent of Kyoan knew to use a simple Muay Thai parry to send the kick off course and leave Kyoan open for a counterattack, which is sure to be effective in defense as well as in exciting the spectators. Now, being left open for a quick jab, Kyoan intentionally does not duck to avoid it and lets himself be hit because the owner had shouted his name, meaning that they were more bets that Kyoan would win. To make a profit, there was a mutual understanding between the fighters that whoever's name is called out should intentionally lose while maintaining authenticity and realism for the spectators. "Hi, how are you, beautiful people? Shayra 23, welcome. We are doing very well as far as I know, because I'm doing fucking amazing. How are you? We are reading Joku's story. It's a very interesting time paradox story. I'm great. Now I'm here. Hell yeah, that's what it's all about. Good to have you here. Are you a writer, perchance? Do you partake of stories? Do you enjoy sharing ideas and any kind of genre, any kind of anything? We just love sharing ideas and expanding our repertoire of knowledge through stories and experience as well. It also builds you as a writer, learning from other people as well. So I love to have a community of people that support each other and draw from each other and build upon each other, so we can all become better at everything, basically. That's the idea. Where were we? Normally it was supposed to be a quick jab with not much power behind it, where Kyoan was supposed to act like he was knocked out, but this time he was actually knocked out. Yep, I want to make an animated series. Sorry if I speak weird, I speak Spanish. That's okay, Shayro. There's a lot of people that English isn't their first language, so that's okay, don't worry about it. I don't speak English that well either, even though English is my first language, and only language. I still suck at it. So it's okay. You're probably better at it than me.
Dis Strammer bad.
Super Amos and Numero. Well, there you go, Raymondow. You got someone to talk to. $13.30 in the private office of the tavern's owner. Oh, by the way, if Shayra, if you're interested, for some reason the Discord link wasn't working. If you want to join the Discord, feel free to. We have public story posts. We have a bunch of different things that you can do in there. Promote your own work. Go check out other people. Just have some fun and do some stupid memes or something. Just fuck around. It is what it is. Post your stories and I'll read them on stream if you want. The hell, man? You're supposed to act, not actually knock him out. I swear I didn't even hit him that hard. It was an accident, okay? What are we gonna do now? He hasn't woken up in the past 15 minutes. I'm calling an ambulance. Hey, stop. Don't call an ambulance. You two, carry him to my car from the back door. I'll take him to the doctor and claim that he was in a street fight. An ambulance is sure to shut us down. From the noise of their loud argument, Kyoan woke up as if he was just asleep and asked, "What time is it? How long have I been knocked out?" "Oh, thank goodness you woke up, but you shouldn't be too careless. You should go to the hospital right away and get yourself checked out. This is serious." "Should I drive you to the hospital?" "No, I'm feeling fine. I was going to go to the hospital today for other reasons regardless. I can go on my own. I came to the tavern on my motorcycle today for that very reason." "Alright, boy, if you say so. If you ever need any help with the medical expenses, I can cover them for you. After all, you've made me a lot of money." "Boss, aren't you forgetting something?" "Of course not. Your payment is in the envelope behind the counter. Pick it up on your way out. Be sure to count it. I included a 10% bonus." Kyoan checks the time before leaving the hospital. 13:40. Leaving for the hospital. 13:40. 13:42. He took the overbridge at precisely 70 kilometers an hour. No need to go slower than the speed limit and no need to break the law by going over. When a truck moves fast, it pushes air aside, creating a pocket of low-pressure air behind it. If you follow closely behind, your vehicle faces less wind resistance, meaning you can go faster without using the same or less power. He made full use of this for maximum efficiency. Whenever a gap opened up between vehicles on the overbridge, he slotted through, throttle steady. The drivers didn't even glance up or notice him. When he reached the hospital, the security guard barely glanced up from his newspaper at Kyoan as Kyoan rolled in. "Hey, Kyoan, just park in your usual space. It's free right now." He backed the bike into the corner spot so that there would be no dings from careless drivers. Removed his helmet, ran a hand through his hair. The throbbing in his skull pulsed behind his left temple. That jab had been harder than agreed. Upon reaching the hospital lobby, the receptionist didn't wait for him to speak. "Your mother's in room 214. Same as last time. Doctor's doing final checks. You can head straight up." He checked the wall clock. 13:57. After reaching room 214 on the second floor, a nurse exited the room, her smile rehearsed but not unkind. "You can wait out here. Doctor's finishing up. She'll be discharged right on schedule." He checks his watch. 13:59. Just one more minute and his mother will be discharged after 2.5 years. While sitting on the bench, he closed his eyes. A single emotion flooded his mind. Relief. 2.5 years prior. The rain had thickened by the time they left the birthday party for his younger sister. Kyoan's father was driving, which was unusual. Kyoan could count on one hand the times he'd seen his father behind the wheel of the family car. His mother and sister were sound asleep, exhausted from the celebration. The only sounds were the rhythmic thump of wipers and the hiss of tires on wet asphalt. Kyoan pressed his forehead to the window, watching highway lights smear past in the fog. His sister still had unopened gifts in her lap as she slept in the back seat next to him. Not even she knew those gifts would never be opened. It would have been a fulfilling and happy day, but nothing ever goes as planned. A truck, clearly speeding above the speed limit, passed by their car, which would have been completely fine had it not been raining that particular day. When its tires lost traction, it didn't spin out so much as unravel, trailers swinging like a pendulum. His father stomped the brake. The car skidded, hydroplaning straight into the truck's path. The impact was deafening, metal screaming as the truck dragged them sideways into the central reservation made up of double jersey barriers. The airbags exploded in his parents' faces while dust filled the cabin. Silence. Kyoan's next memory was the distant wail of sirens. Kyoan woke up to the sterile glare of hospital lights. His sister sat beside him, her arms crossed over her chest. Few scratches marked her skin, no bandages, no casts. She was only asleep. A nurse noticed Kyoan stirring and called the doctor over. After examining the condition of Kyoan, he pronounced to the nurse, "Everything seems fine. Both kids have miraculously survived without much harm. Ask them for their guardians so we can discuss the situation." The nurse answered hesitantly, "I already asked the girl. It seems they don't have any other family other than the mother and their father, and as you know the situation with the parents." The doctor paused and turned to Kyoan. "How old are you, boy?" How can I tell you my age when I have no reference point for how much time has passed since the accident? Tell me the date first, doctor. Don't you dare use that tone with me, boy. It's only been a few days. Nurse, just sort everything out with him. I have other patients to tend to. This rude brat seems fine enough. Then he leaves without even hearing the answer to his original question. Let's talk quietly. The doctor has made enough noise as it is. Your sister's been awake all night waiting for you to wake up. It's best to let her sleep for now. She hesitated, then straightened her clipboard. Now, regarding your financial situation, we all have good health insurance. My father gets both health and life insurance from his job. You can also contact the car's insurance, the third party's insurer. You'll be paid. Sort it out with them. After a pause, he added, "Where's my father? I need to talk to him." Nurse's grip tightened on the clipboard. She didn't speak, didn't need to. The way her eyes flicked to the floor, just for a second, was answer enough. Kyoan's hand curled into fists, yet no expression was visible on his face. What about my mother? She's in room 214, next to yours, but she's in a much more critical condition. She didn't survive unharmed like you two. Currently, she's in a comatose state. 13, what's up? Not much, buddy. We're just reading out Joku's story. Welcome, welcome. How is your day today, 13? How are you? What are you up to, good sir? Are you enjoying this great, it's Friday now, right? Shit, it's Friday. This great, wonderful fucking Friday. Hell yeah, brother. A pause. The hum of the overhead lights filled the space between them. How much does my sister know? As much as you. Kyoan exhaled sharply through his nose, then practically as ever. All right. Is the hospital in possession of my belongings, or is it in the police custody? Before the nurse could answer, a voice cut in from the doorway, firm, bureaucratic. I can answer that. I'm a child welfare officer assigned with your legal guardian by the court. Your father's colleagues at work have been informed of the situation. Doing good? Just woke up? Hell yeah, bro. I will send you my script. Let me translate it into English first. I hope the translator does his job correctly. That's okay, Shayra. That's exactly what Raymond Dow does, and it seems to work pretty fine. And we can pretty much infer sometimes between it, so it should be good. Last night I hit my daily 1K words as usual. I'm happy with this pace. Hell yeah, 13. We haven't been quite hitting 1K words. We haven't been writing as much, but we've been, doing other things, and we're kind of building up to this point. So we've been lackluster on the writing, but we've been doing other things, and that's what matters, as long as progression feels, in the direction we want it. That's what matters. I've worked with your father before on cases like these for other children. That's awesome. Hell yeah, that's what it's all about. Like I said, trying to improve the stream one thing at a time, one step at a time. Improve my writing one step at a time. Improve my marketing one step at a time. Improve everything one step at a time. And eventually, we'll make it. He glanced at Kyoan's sister and continued, "Since your sister's asleep, it's best we talk elsewhere. Nurse, can you remove his IV for a bit?" The nurse nodded, sliding the needle from Kyoan's arm without a word. Will they walk to a suitable location? You know the department made sure your family was taken to the most prestigious medical institute in the city. This hospital even has 2 luxurious lounge areas on every single floor. Follow me. After hearing this, Kyoan snarks by squinting his eyes, as if that's the least that the department could do. He would not have settled for anything less. The officer didn't seem to notice, or chose not to. The lounge was empty, sterile. Kyoan sat across from the officer's posture rigid, fingers steepled. Firstly, since you're the legally appointed guardian due to my mother's condition, and you've worked with my father before, you must have already retrieved our belongings from police custody. Secondly, my father's insurance was government provided. Since the department's aware of the situation, it would not be a far-fetched assumption to make that the payments been processed and you're holding the funds since my mother can't exactly manage them right now. You and your father, always working off assumptions, but somehow always right. Sigh. Yes, you're correct. I do have your belongings in my car, and I am holding the funds. But I can't just hand them over to you. You're still a kid. Your mother will get them when she wakes up, or you will get them when you turn 18. Expecting this response. If you simply follow procedure and wait until I turn 18, you'll get nothing. If you try to profit by embezzling the funds, I'll demand a full audit of the account's management and sue you the moment I find discrepancies. But If you transfer the funds to my bank account right now, I'll let you keep 10%. You have my word, I'll never ask questions or demand anything. Don't be absurd. Even if you never ask for it again, what about your mother? She could wake up tomorrow for all we know. And do you really think a bribe would work on someone like me? Where do you learn this kind of behavior, kid? Your father. He was an honest man. Cunning, sure. But that's to be expected of his line of work. What mattered is he never crossed the line. He turned down bribes from men who offered half the city. And here you are, his son, offering me a measly cut. To a government office official, no less. All right, old man, looks like you've already made up your mind. No point pressing the issue. Just bring my belongings and the wallets. What, you think I'd take the money from them? Don't concern yourself with my intentions. This isn't about you. After retrieving the phones and wallets one by one, he opened each banking app, memorized their layouts, checked balances, and scanned transaction histories in less than 3 minutes. He had a complete picture of all accounts, better than any bank teller would. Thinks to himself, just as expected, the bank hasn't been notified of my father's death yet, so his account is still active. I can access both his and my mother's accounts through their mobile banking apps, but I need to transfer everything from his account to my mother's as soon as possible. Once the bank is informed, his account will be frozen and eventually closed. Her account, though, is safe. It won't raise any flags because she's still alive. I can withdraw cash using her debit card, deposit money through a CDM, and even get a new card sent to our home address once the current one expires. I can activate it from the app. No verification from her needed. That gives me full unrestricted access to a valid adult bank account, unlike my own, which is limited because of my age. He looked out the hospital window one last time, the light of the setting sun casting long shadows across the floor. He didn't believe in hope, only systems, leverage, access, and now he had all three. A few months had passed. He was finished high school ahead of schedule thanks to his placement scores. A full scholarship was already waiting for him at a local university. It was something the officer never questioned. Some kids were just built different, and Kyoan was one of them. His sister, on the other hand, was average. Mediocre grades, no scholarships, just a student trying her best. Their bungalow, fully owned, unburdened by rent, stood as a quiet remnant of their old life. The insurance money trickled in, and the child welfare officer managed it with careful precision. Tuition for Kyoan's sister was paid, the electricity stayed on, the fridge was never emptied. Essentials, and nothing more. The officer didn't believe in waste. His duty by law was to use the insurance funds for the benefit of the children, food, education, shelter. Luxuries, he said, were not a necessity. Kyoan understood. The money had limits. It would run dry eventually, and there was no telling when his next crisis would strike. He didn't argue. Neither did his sister. She never said a word, never asked for anything, but her silence said enough. The way she looked at her old school friends, dressed in brands they used to wear, too. The way she passed by storefronts a little too slowly, scrolling through her phone just to close the app with a sigh. She never blamed anyone, but Kyoan saw the weight of what she wouldn't say. And he had the means, after all, the money from their father's account, quietly transferred before the bank was notified, sat safely in their mother's name, a valid, unrestricted account he could manage through the app. It would be enough. But he wasn't keen to waste it. Not when he can earn more on his own. Comfort in limitation is a mark of the unremarkable. Why should someone of my caliber settle for the life of the average? I'll have more, not because I need it, but because I can. After browsing through his father's old case files on the aged police-issued laptop, Kyoan stumbled across a report that hadn't seen much attention. A small, inconspicuous tavern. Its name, forgettable, its location, unremarkable, was flagged for suspected underground fighting and illegal betting. But the file was buried. Low priority. The accompanying notes told him everything he needed to know. Undercover officers had already investigated the place. The fights were real, but the environment was unusually controlled. Regulation-grade mats, reinforced flooring, proper lighting, even the same level of cleanliness and equipment you'd expect in an official MMA gym. Illegal, yes, but oddly professional. It was an open secret, tolerated precisely because of that order. If it was shut down, something far worse would take its place. The city's appetite for blood and money wasn't going anywhere. The police knew, and chose to look away. He closed the file slowly, a faint grin tugging the edges of his mouth. Kyoan's grandfather had been a towering figure in the military, highly decorated, widely respected. He trained generations of soldiers during his time as a combat instructor, accumulating a lifetime's worth of knowledge in close-quarters combat and martial arts from across the world. After retiring, he returned home and passed that legacy down to Kyoan. Every morning, without fail, he trained the boy in the essential forms, techniques, and philosophies of dozens of disciplines. By the time Kyoan was a teenager, his movements no longer resembled any single style. They were a seamless fusion of them all. Those mornings had long since ended, but their lessons never did. Before approaching the tavern owner, Kyoan spent several weekends quietly observing from the shadows. The fights were held in the afternoons, tucked away behind the hum of regular customers. What he saw confirmed his suspicions. This wasn't some den of elite martial artists. The contestants were mostly middle-aged, mediocre men with beer guts and no real technique, throwing wild punches and hoping to land something lucky. It wasn't a battlefield, it was a theater. And Kyoan? He was trained for war. Damn. But unfortunately, I mean, okay, it's ads. We'll wait until the end of the ads. But I think that was perfect timing. We're back. Ad is over. All right. Did you guys catch the the end of the story? Because it's telling me the ad break is still going right now. Okay, so let's go back and let's read the end of the story. The ad happened just when you're about to read the last line. It wasn't some den of elite martial artists. The contestants were merely middle-aged, mediocre men with beer guts and no real technique, throwing wild punches and hoping to land something lucky. It wasn't a battlefield. It was theater. And Kyoan, he was trained for war. But unfortunately, we're gonna have to end it there. I work early tomorrow, so it's a little bit of a shorter stream today. Sorry, guys. But thank you for hanging out. It was, as always, guys, you guys are fucking amazing. Thank you so much for sharing your work with me, and I absolutely love it. It is so cool. I love the different styles of... Holy shit, thank you for this follow, Shayra23. Hell yeah. Let's go, boys.
Hatred was just telling me Mr. Arch Commander Consummate and thinks
Hell yeah, that's what it's all about. I am glad that you enjoy the stream enough to want to follow. Let's go, guys. When is the next stream? I stream every single day. No exceptions. Every single day at 12 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 11:30 p.m. Mountain Standard Pacific Standard Time. So we will be back again tomorrow. So same time, same place tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hanging out. You guys are fucking awesome. We did epic today. We got a little bit of writing done, but hey, it's more about the community than it is about me. I hate this writing of dialogue and shit. So yeah, I love you guys. You're fucking amazing. Remember, you are Atlas holding up the world, and the stream is the world. I am only here to facilitate the bringing together of a community of writers that have no holds barred. We are all about twisting fate to our means through storytelling, and we're not shy about it. And that is what I love about creativity, imagination, and ideas, and sharing shit with people. But hey, at the end of the day, remember, if you can't say fuck you to your friends, who can you say fuck you to? Fuck you! Alright guys, who we rating today? Let's go! Is Nerdarine still online? Because I have not rated him in forever. Let's see here. Okay, let's switch this to English because... Just because. There we go. I don't know why this is... Oh, it got rid of... Hold on, it got rid of that. Okay, there we go. No, that's not what I want. Shit, okay, I fucked everything. Okay, let's restart this process. Sometimes it becomes annoying because I gotta, like, do all the different things. Because I have so many people that I follow and I'm always trying to find, like, new people. Let's see here. I mean, I think this one's probably the best. Let's check this out, guys. Looks like it's a good time. That's what it's all about. Get your Wii U's ready! Everyone get your Wii U's ready! Let's go!
A Humvee heavy helmet. That works as well.